Nice. I think that was a Blitzcrank I saw there as well. Yeah, so gonna have Squegee with a pretty common team you'll see today. Yasuo, Ekko here versus a Teemo Blitzcrank then. So freestyle as well. Definitely excited to see what Tturtle can bring as far as bringing these two characters together here. Definitely kind of an odd switch of both like your zoners type with Teemo, but then grapple power with Blitzcrank. But getting started here. First break going to come out already as Squeegee's kind of been holding a lot of the pressure so far, and no better starter for Yasuo here than clipping a nice heavy button. Going to get a basic knockdown as well. Okay, a little OTG. Ooh, and the side switch as well here. Squeegee coming out with hands already.
I mean, yeah, Squegee, one of our top baiters of last week, so definitely coming in hot already. Throwing off that team. I mean, Daniel was right. Also a very common fuse you're going to be seeing. Both players opting for that one right here. I like that Tturtle is having some fun out here, man. I mean, this is definitely the fun-haver team, right? Blitzcrank, Teemo. Right now, Tturtle trying to have some fun with this Blitzcrank, getting some good hits here on Squegee. That Teemo is building up HP in the back line while Squeegee's fighting it out. And the prize pool isn't that much, by the way, guys. Minimum $50 prize pool. I'll get that updated here for you guys in just a second. But if you guys don't mind, claim those Matcherino codes. Adds to the prize pool and gets those players paid out while Tturtle tries to keep that pressure up. Squegee going to be able to tag out of that corner.
Yeah, just sending the Yasuo JS1 into assist call. Definitely a strong option to represent with Yasuo in neutral here. Great tag out combo. Going to end with the S1 super for a little bit more damage then. Also gives better Oki as well. So really good routing there from Squegee and Tturtle here. At this point then, you know, definitely you can't do it here, but you're probably hoping to, oh, we're actually spending the Fury. We believe in the Teemo. I was about to say, like, at this point, you kind of count this round as a badge building round for you here, but great freestyle mix taken back into the Ekko 2L to clip, and first round here going to Squegee.
Strong stuff there, man. Squegee showing you the main characters of the game coming out on top here. Tturtle with some aggressive round starts there with our assist calls back and forth. Squegee came out on top there for a moment, but Tturtle fights back here with that Blitzcrank assist. Unfortunate drop on that combo, but still trying to keep that pressure up, trying to get some more progress there on those badges. Squegee with the wind wall being defensive.
Yeah, at least we're getting close to that point then. Teemo's damage options come up a lot heavier once you are able to get those badges online, but great utilization of freestyle once again, being able to tag into Blitzcrank, get that command grab off, and then tag back into Teemo, keep the combo going here. Sends out the mushroom then, lets his mushroom son play the neutral for him, but Yasuo very, very good at dealing with projectiles here. Definitely kind of play that full screen lane game, but a great 2H from Tturtle. Gonna go ahead and set this Yasuo to the ground, get that steam built up as well, and good chase here on the wake up roll. Oh, but doesn't finish the combo, wasn't quite ready for that extra steam kind of like freeze frame you get for routing, but good option here. I think level 1, not enough to quite kill though. Oh, wake up attack to get him off.
Yeah, that was a really awesome, well-timed wake-up attack right there. Going to be able to keep yourself alive to keep fighting, but Tturtle with our own wake-up attack there, huh? Saying, hey, I can do that too, can I? And finishes off the round. So we're fighting back and forth here, both these players.
Yeah, I love to see it here. A round apiece for our first match already then. Kind of felt like Squegee ran away with it in that first one there, but Tturtle just kind of did a pretty good job holding together. And what a setup there. The instant overhead with the Teemo, spaced it out for the command grab to be able to hit, comboed then back into it with the freestyle tag. Definitely some sick stuff here from Turtle's team, but unfortunately weed ourselves right into a 2H then. Oh, we were able to do the tag out, but weren't able to block the break to be able to get the punish. But fortunately for you, Squegee here, dropping that Yasuo Kara combo then. As long as we can finish our food with this Blitzcrank routing here, it should be a dead Yasuo. And I love ending that in the Steam Super. Then you have that coming in. You got that armor built in as well. Squegee gotta be a little bit careful going into this round.
And that Teemo fighting there as well. Just for the assist, pulling out the dart, building up that badge. But Turtle's game plan right here revolves around that Blitzcrank, it seems. We're going to be spending that Steam, keeping that combo going. Unfortunate drop, but it's called a reset. Because now at this point, this may kill.
Oh my god, and I love that choice there. Sick routing to be able to set the Teemo mushroom up then, knock them down with that Steam install super, and be able to still continue the route too. Almost felt like a bit of a double down combo with freestyle. It's pretty impressive stuff from Tturtle here, getting that first game.
Squegee able to get that first round, though. Definitely showing some signs of life. Tturtle just definitely, I mean, let's keep it a buck, right? Unless you're playing in ranked or in casual, you're probably not seeing this team very often, this Teemo Blitzcrank, but Tturtle going to be pulling it out right here for us.
Absolutely. Definitely play what you love with the game as much ridiculous as Squegee tends to have. You got to make sure that you enjoy piloting the ridiculous that you bring here. So definitely kind of curious to see how Squegee can kind of adjust now to this game plan where it's like, I can't necessarily say there's any level of neutral that Turtle's playing better than Squegee, but just these setups seem so good. Not quite ready for that Blitzcrank command grab opportunities, but getting the sandwich built up here, really good spot to be in. If you have freestyle, doesn't even need to do any mix, just a basic B&B, taking out that Blitz here again. But we did see Squegee win that first round in the previous game and still drop it. So let's make sure we finish our food here going forward.
We're going to do some of this tag launch right here from Squegee. Does end in this level 1 right here. Tturtle going to be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. But at what cost, right? I mean, this Teemo can make a comeback here. Potentially, you're going to have to build up some meter first, though, however. And Squegee getting a chance to fight back out of that corner. Goes for the mix. Goes for that freestyle tag as well. Good blocks and up back there from Tturtle. Gets the break away from Squegee. I mean, honestly, I'd take that, you know. But Tturtle trying to take even more with this zoning right here. Could potentially finish off this Yasuo, and then all of a sudden with the Fury built back up, it could be a winnable round, but only one more hit.
Oh, darn, and even if they're able to get that grounded S2 to connect, the chip damage alone would have been enough to do it, so I can respect the attempt. They're still going to get that first round here as well, but break advantage going into round 2, definitely in Turtle's favor. So we'll see how much Squegee can maybe route into getting some of those limit strikes here. But, unfortunately, no charge 2H on the Teemo to get the proper route for the mushroom loop. I feel like with Teemo's combo changes here, and as soon as I said that, we did hit the first one, but definitely quite a challenge now. You know, Teemo losing access to that very, very reliable, you know, what they're calling the Wii loops, if you will. That going away has definitely changed. If you don't have this mushroom loop down, you'll definitely be feeling it. But I'm sure right now this poor Blitzcrank is feeling getting beat up by this Yasuo Ekko freestyle. A simple dash cancel here into meaty 5M. Going to be enough to put Squegee up potentially in a winning this game.
Squegee in a great spot right here, slamming that 5M here in the corner, but Tturtle going to be slamming her own buttons to get out. That level 1's going to be enough to take out Squeegee's character here. We'll have the Fury to fight back with, and maybe Squegee says, hey, I want to guarantee I get this game, so maybe that Fury comes out here. I mean, well, it looks like we're not going to need it, Gagnon. It's going to be that 2H anti-air. Tturtle getting a little too comfortable with that parachute. Squegee going to call you out for it, evening up the games here 1-1.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful when you're sitting in that top corner as Teemo with the good old parachute. Definitely can get sniped by the Yasuo stance 2H, but great answer back here by Squegee. Ready to get in a 1-1 in our first game of the night. Definitely love to see it. Remember, guys, with 2x KO, it is first 2-2, best of 3 up until top 3. So it's as of right now. So, great grab there as well. Going to be able to easily route into that Steam install. Both these players here definitely showing that they're pretty confident with their teams, comfortable using this freestyle too. So definitely very exciting to see. You know, at this point of 2x KO's lifespan, freestyle definitely seems to be the fuse of choice if you're trying to play at the highest levels. So excited to see as people get cleaner and cleaner with it as we go tonight. But great double mushroom route into the super here. Gonna do a decent amount of damage. We're also dumping it as well into another mushroom. Gonna be able to build up a lot of that poison too. Oh, this route is sick. Oh, and the little standing reset here does not hold up, does not bite the bullet. Oh, it misses the pickup here. Gonna give Yasuo a chance to come back. Not a character you want to give that privilege to.
That's a nice reset here from Squegee, but Tturtle going to be able to fight back out with that Teemo again. I think we've been pretty good with that 2M just to get out of that corner and also get the combos going. Nice stuff, comboing off that throw. That's a hard one to link off of, so great stuff there. Tturtle finishes it with that Blitzcrank tag. Looking good here in this game 3.
Very good indeed here, but Yasuo, definitely a character who can operate on himself, but it does not get any easier if you find yourself sandwiched. And I will say then, you know, in fairness to freestyle itself, it is a fuse that absolutely loses a lot of its strength once you do lose that first character. So definitely something that you could potentially find people willing to maybe consider the other ones a little bit more often, especially if they do kind of maybe tone down how much power is in it. But gonna get the break to get the blitz off him, but Teemo's still able to make his way in, start getting a couple hits on this Ekko, but the cross through again. Oh, 2H answers the air sever as well. Little 3H OTG gets a couple overheads, potentially into a reset, it looks like, as well. So this blitz route here looking pretty good so far. As long as we do the right super, this should be a dead Yasuo. It is Tturtle now. One more character, and it'll be set point.
And Tturtle does have that break as insurance as well if we really want to use it, if we need to use it. But looks like Squegee is fighting back here, at least against our assist character. But keeping that route going on the assist character means Tturtle on that point Blitzcrank is able to parry. Going through this combo right here, it should be enough to finish it out. Tturtle going to be moving on 2-1, but a great set from both of them.
Little Warwick Darius as well. This is a team that absolutely wants to run at you. I believe I heard the term of car crash neutral, I believe. So I feel like these characters definitely fit that bill. But a team that's definitely something I ran for quite some time is the Teemo Yasuo, though we are seeing freestyle here. So kind of excited to see how they utilize these options with these two characters, normally known for their double down synergy, but you know that double down team was taken down just a hair in this current version of 2xKO, so a great jump in 5H to get ourselves started here. Bleed and Teemo, while an incredibly strong character in the neutral, if he gets hit, he's also the lowest health character in 2xKO at this time, so definitely tough to do here. Great tag out again. Good block on the overhead as well from that side switch. Blook definitely showed that they've run enough games against the Warwick, but we've all dealt with it. The command overhead here from Warwick. Gonna go ahead and get that hit started, but great fight back. Immediate breakout as well. Just have to get started when you run this Yasuo Teemo team, but Headless evaporates the assist in the back. Gets that 5 at least to start it here, so Blook is definitely gonna get a chance to fight back, but a lot of health to work through, G.
Yeah. Definitely with some good routing here, this Darius is going to have a hard time fighting back out. Going to spend that break feeling good about it. Tagging to our Warwick to get some of that gray health back, but with that super assist from Teemo, Warwick was stuck there in the corner. Oh, unfortunate. No! Unfortunately, wasn't able to follow up the overhead because we were in the air. And in the scramble, Blook was ready with the level 3 against Rome here. So that Warwick going to go for our own Hail Mary level 1. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that Warwick is super really, really good for those kind of scenarios there. You just need a little bit of damage, and people find themselves committing to like one of those like the long recovery special moves. So definitely a great utilization as well, but at least we are getting some of that meter built back in here, Blook. The limit strike routes are definitely the higher level of the play, the more limit strikes you end up seeing, building both meter for your point and your assist character, as well as some break meter if you need it, but great route here as well. Limit strike coming in too. Gonna head and push Rome back to mid-screen here with that roll. Trying to play some neutral as well, but the Teemo slingshot covering the Yasuo jump in here. Great utilization, but the level 3 super was ready on that overhead. This Warwick is getting sliced up right now.
Yeah, the level 3 efficiency has been insane here from Blook, bro. Cashing out so much. Poor Rome's Warwick, man. Okay, we'll let the Warwick take a break here. We'll pull Darius back out. And we'll see what we can do here. Rome was able to get that first round, but, I mean, now it's us making that uphill climb here. Blook just needs to cash out one more combo here, unless Rome wants to spend that Fury. But looks like we're going to hold on to it after that freestyle tag round. Oh, man, I wish I got to see the end of that one. Going to pull out that Shroom as well. Maybe Blook gets another opportunity to show us that.
Yeah, definitely was. I'm very excited to see what this team can do here, because I feel like so often these two characters, their synergy was coming from their damage capabilities, but kind of being able to cover multiple sequences here. And I imagine with the change to the kind of essentially instant overhead from Teemo's J2M, you know, maybe the freestyle kind of allows for a better pickup option then, but great tag out and reaction pairing to the super. Blook here, despite dropping that first round, has been answering back so dang well here with this freestyle combination. Then, oh, great jump overhead, gets sideways, but wasn't able to connect the 2L here. But that JM gonna snipe the Darius out of the sky, get the OTG. We did tag launcher into the kill. Blook here looking unstoppable right now.
Awesome stuff there, man. Blook with a really strong team, and even despite being down in that very first round, is showing you how strong this team can be when things are going your way here. Rome needs a chance to fight back here on this Warwick. Will possibly get our Fury here, unless Blook has some good routing. We'll see. Strong stuff.
That was so damn smart there. Going into the Mushroom Super off of the slump, and then immediately into Dart Super to not give you the opportunity to even use that Fury if you want to. You know, just great awareness so far by Blook here. Definitely showing while they're able to clean that one out. Maybe need to get a little more adjusted. But in fairness as well, like I said before, this is what I would call a car crash neutral team. They just want to run at you, hit you with those big buttons, and do a ton of damage. But the parry is ready to call out the Yasuo here. Clips on this Teemo and to get the side switch knockdown. Push him back over. Oh, the break comes through. Actually going to push himself back into the corner. Good job getting underneath the grab there. That might have been a small Teemo character moment as well, with that hook missing. And are taking so much damage for your trouble as well. Oh, tries again for that OTG reset as well, but this time was able to roll out for Rome, but still gonna get clipped by that 5M. Definitely an incredibly fast button from Teemo here. Look at that Mushroom Super again. It's been both the meter here, and way more than enough to kill. Blook getting the first character again in game 2.
Yeah, Blook definitely feeling some momentum here. It seems like able to keep down Rome here. Try to go for that assist beyond the grave, but unfortunately wasn't able to get that hit. Blook was ready to stuff it out, and then now has this route here. I mean, I'm looking at that level 3, bro. Okay, no, we're going to tag it away. I'm thinking about how often we've been getting off these level 3s here from Blook, but no, instead we're going for a much more meter efficient route here. Oh my god, 2 level 1s. Oh my god, not the Twitter clip route. Blook cashing out a level 3 again, but not how I expected, Ganyon.
That was sick. I messed around a ton with the OTG options you get with Teemo Mushroom and being able to true string into certain pickups. So great utilization of that meter dump. I'm not even sure if that's efficient necessarily, but it definitely looks sick. But look at this route. Look at that damage on that Yasuo here, G. This character, oh, but great, actually gets the tag out. Unfortunately, actually brings Yasuo right back in, trying to call them with that 2H then, but working around this Warwick. Surprised able to recover from that 3H, but runs right into the Warwick normal here. Gonna get Bloodlust mid-route as well, as to allow for those special cancels. Does not try to spend it. Gonna go ahead and go with the throw, but gets the OTG pickup with that grab. This route is gonna do so much as long as we can finish our food. Level 3 able to get it, and it's going to be a dead Teemo. A great round answer back by RomeRulez here.
Man, awesome round there from Rome. Already saying the thing in only our second game. But don't forget, Blook has been having kind of a hot streak here in some of these rounds. Rome was able to answer back here, but Blook already spending that break, being aggressive, and then going for this Yasuo route. Going to be able to try to stay on top of that Darius, but Rome fights out of that break, and now has you here in the corner. Blook has no break to get out.
Yeah, I'm going to get caught in the corner here, and I love that choice to not do the OTG bite. You don't want to necessarily pull your opponent out of the corner unless you have some better plan for them. Keep that pressure. Oh, but I love that the J2 2S. Gonna go ahead and get that route. Headbutt back into the corner. Bit of a Harris anti-air DP, but no full pickup. Just trying to send it over the Mushrooms. Don't even want to have to deal with it here. Warwick has so many ways to navigate around those. He doesn't even want to deal with them. But as we finish this route, we actually decided to spend the super here. Definitely kind of curious if it needs to be a little more meter efficient, but can't blame you. Getting the kill is definitely the most important part. But this is Yasuo. one of the spookiest characters into XKO as well. But Darius, no slouch for damage. This Fury will likely come out, but will Rome be able to block it? Not even get the opportunity to be able to spend it quite yet. Oh, we were double down, so we can go right into the level 3, actually, and Rome answering back in game 2. I feel like I'm so used to you seeing freestyle lately, Jeek, that the double down actually working out for something that not possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be even more honest with you, Gagnon. I forgot you could do that because it's been so long since I've seen double down on the stream. Honestly, I mean, thank you for reminding me, Rome. Great stuff. Answering back another game here. So yeah, that momentum, I mean, I gotta say, you know, it's like you're looking at that gold chart after a game of ranked and you're seeing that it's going, you know, it's going from blue to red. So we'll see. Rome definitely making a comeback here.
Oh my god. The Teemo got clipped still. The Yasuo, one thing Darius is incredibly gifted with is murdering your assist. Like, if your assist is taking essentially unscaled damage versus this character, it feels awful. On top of also, once again, Teemo being that low health, chip damage more than enough to do it. And wow, what a speed run of this first round here. Not even 30 seconds in, and it's already going to potentially be Rome's set point as well. But Blook definitely was able to take the first game here. As long as they can get the right route going, as long as they can work around some of these wake-up options, they are covering that rollout. Going to get that 3H OTG into that tag launcher here, but break coming out to save the Warwick in the back, but good dash through as well again. And actually gets a parry as well. I have to say, Rome's been doing so well with these parry options.
I always love seeing how, like, as you go later in the bracket, you always see more and more of that parry, which I guess makes sense, right, as you get closer to that top spot. But right now, Rome going to cash out some damage here. Okay, a weird one right there. Wasn't punished by the wake-up attack, but also didn't get our 5 in here. So in the scramble, Blook gets a chance to get some of that HP back on this Teemo. And honestly, with this combo here, Blook, I think, maybe at the HP advantage, but okay, is able to go for that parry here in the super flash. Blook keeping this pressure up.
Really great stuff. And I gotta say, good stuff to Blook here, not being too frustrated by the way that previous game went here. Oh, and they just missed out on the pickup as well. Definitely one thing that's really nice about Yasuo Teemo synergy is that JS2 from Yasuo will bring your opponent right down on top of that mushroom, which will allow for some of these really cool OTG setups as well. You'll see it again here. Mushroom pop into that S2, tags in the Teemo to be able to do a charged S1 as well. Like, really great optimization from Blook so far. And despite kind of, you know, feeling a bit of a steamroll in game 2, we have a round apiece here. In game 3, it can go to anyone, G.
Man, it's getting close so far already here. It's only the second round here of pools. And Rome trying to get that OTG, but Blook with that defensive role, but does put herself in the corner here. Blook does push it back here with that push block. Teemo going to be put back on the sidelines as Blook goes for this Yasuo and tries to go for some neutral here. A lot of quick movements. Tries to go for that jab, but was a little too early on the median in the standstill. Rome gets hit and has to spend that break. Blook going to go for some zoning here. Tags back to our Teemo, which is a little bit lower HP, so can be risky here. Rome goes for that super, but the break comes out. Nice freestyle tag, or rather tag back, to be able to bait out that break, and Rome cashing out on this Warwick.
Yeah, incredible stuff from Rome. It's such a big advantage in their set right now as far as the health department. Not a lot of meter to work with though, so no ability to parry any of these sequences, which they've been showing. Been a lot of their opportunity to stop Blook in the stuff, but depending on what route we'll go with here, likely going to be that lemon strike. Yep, max meter on both sides, break building up to be able to do the stomp route after this point, and we are hitting it. Great job optimization here. And though I will say, if it was another freestyle team, I'd be feeling pretty good for Blook, but this is double down. Still going to have access to, you know, that super assist in the back. Not going to be as turned away from you would normally have with freestyle, but so far, and we're able to chase it again. OTG with the wood. We are into the level 3, and that is going to be it. Blook taking it 2-1 over RomeRulez.
Can't say I know too much about him, but getting in here, guys. We got our next set winners quarters top 8 qualifier here. We have
Tensatrics versus James06. Once again, story as old of the current 2x KO times. Both players here rocking that freestyle. But looks like we have two different partners in the Ekko and Ahri with a Yasuo in the back. So gonna see who is the better Yasuo combo, at least in this set. And great utilization there to trap into that S2. Go for those Ahri multiple overheads. Also can cross over from that air dash. So Ahri, a character that definitely kind of gets avoided in the conversation, at least recently, up until recently, I should say, because of how strong Ekko and Yasuo was. But with Ahri kind of only getting buffs essentially since her coming out, and Yasuo Ekko getting, you know, nerfs, gets a little bit more humbled. But James here quickly humbling that Fox as well, taking her fire down a peg. And the simple stance hop into the overhead JS to get us started here. Tensatrics is answering back.
Yeah, we're about to make it a 1v1 all of a sudden. Or we're going to be able to after one more interaction. I love that extension here from Tensatrix, using that Super Beyond the Grave to keep your combo going. And yeah, turned it into a 1v1. And with this level 3 in your back pocket, the next interaction could be deadly. I love weaving in that last limit strike there, just getting yourself ever more closer to Fury. Unfortunate drop there, so James does get a second to breathe here. Guys, reminder, James is one of our previous top 8ers, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe even a previous winner, James? I'll have to look back, but we'll see. Right now, Tensatrix doing some good stuff.
Up indeed. Great blocks on those multiple overheads, even blocking the low, following suit. Not able to fully pick up off of that stray. Yasuo JS1 probably was surprised to even hit, to be honest. A great utilization of that assist call into the active tag. 2XKO is absolutely incredibly active tag centric. You have to be ready with those call outs, just like this call out on the break there with freestyle. One of the best parts of freestyle is your assist character being on the screen 2 seconds longer than the other fuses, allows for those break baits being able to be a lot easier to make it happen. But Tensatrics, despite feeling a little bit, it's been all James so far in this round, still able to keep the pressure going. But the side switch on that J2M there as well from Ekko. Gonna go ahead and put a lot of damage in this Ahri, but depending on how we route here, great utilization into that tag launcher to be able to route into the, oh, but no, did not quite get the finish. Sometimes the gravity, even with the higher hit, will not make that S1 super still hit. So good try by James. Still gets the kill though, and looking like it's going to be a great answer back. And so far, another game going to that 3rd round. Got a good feeling tonight, G. I feel like our players are absolutely swinging and showing us their best. Hopefully we're going to go in the distance. Tries to bait the break as well here. Both players then playing out of their mind.
Yeah, one of the rare moments I actually want the losers bracket to catch up. So honestly, great job with all the close matches tonight, players. You guys are killing it. We'll see. Tensatrix with a well-timed, it was well-timed at first until James was threatening that a happy birthday right after. Tensa was ready with the break to keep ourselves healthy, but only for so long. Oh, that was some crazy stuff. Tensa was able to keep that combo going here on this Ahri and cashing out with the meter as well. Unfortunate drop, though.
But drops can be opportunities. Some might even call them drop opportunities as well. But great utilization. Understanding that if you do get in kind of an early JS2 with Yasuo, you can still pick up the combo with a OTG stomp. So James, despite kind of having like the awkward hit, then still able to optimize that and answer. So great power of what we've been seeing so far. But looks like we will be getting right back into it. Going to be switching to the Warwick Yasuo then. Now, this is a team I've been working on as well with that freestyle fuse. So definitely have a lot of abilities to take advantage of those actives, take advantage of what's been referred to as puppeting in this game with those tag outs and still being able to activate those special moves. But despite the tag here, the first hit is going James's way.
Oh, I love that conversion off of the headbutt as well. Tensa unfortunately couldn't get that stance M to keep that conversion after, so James does get a chance to breathe here. James going to be able to tag him back into our own Yasuo to get that 2H anti-air as well. Tensa going to be going down with this Warwick here, but does have our Yasuo to fight back with on the clapback here.
Absolutely good stuff. The Yasuo neutral, just hearing the dash macros being flying here. Oh, unfortunately missed the stance follow-up after hitting that 2M, but Tensatrics here, oh, going a little bit extra with the extra sever route as well. A little bit less damage then, but doesn't matter as long as you can finish a route into dumping that level 3, able to do a usually 65 to 70% on most characters. So Tensatrics evening up the score here as well, but no meter to work with, but is it going to have access to that super assist if they find an opportunity to use it? Warwick definitely has a lot of strength to it. Another great throw tech here. Second one we've seen already of this set. These players here are absolutely locked in onto their opponent's options.
Unfortunate stuff there. You saw Tensa win for the push block on the Warwick, but James going for that slash through was able to get the conversion after. Going to cash out with this level 3. James in a great spot here against Tensa. And guys, shouts to that prize pool, by the way. I see it slowly going up. Great tech throw right there. Guys, show your appreciation to the players. Exclamation point, Matcherino. That's how you can claim those free codes to add to the prize pool. Keep that prize pool going up here. Spending the Fury here at a great time. Tensa's going to get some HP back here on this Yasuo. And one conversion could be death, unless, of course, James spends her own Fury back.
Oh my god, I love that. Take a break and then using the Fury cancel just to kind of basically give you a free way in while the Fury is being dumped. There's no Fury left for James, but the throw on the Ekko pressure then also able to bait out the wake up attack. That was absolutely insane from Tensatrics. My goodness.
Nice stuff. I mean, both players really giving it their all there in the scramble, but sometimes it really just comes down to who happened to be right in that millisecond, and there was Tensa baiting out that wake-up attack. But with that being said, James is fighting back here on our own Yasuo. Try to go for that delay in here, but the combo delay means that Tensa was able to get out and fight back here. We haven't even seen much of Warwick yet. It's just been all Yasuo all day on both sides.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, you make this kind of active choice to bring in this new character, but honestly, the route's enough to show us that you have it all figured out, but gonna go ahead and do that hop into the JL overhead. Not able to pick up into a full route, but catching out a raw tag with that simple run up 5M from Warwick. Definitely one of his best buttons to represent in neutral here. Great route, finishing your food and getting this Yasuo off the board. As long as the Texas can keep this pressure going, gives an opportunity to tie up the series, which once again has been a tale for the entire set of sets tonight here. All of them go into that third game. Tensatrics finishes the route and gets a game on the board. We are going to game 3, G.
And again, there's no shade here. Honestly, genuinely appreciative because I was waiting for that loser side to fill up. So thank y'all for that one. Goes for that wake up attack, but this time it's Tensa going to be able to bait it out against James's Yasuo this time. I got to say that sniffing out these wake up attacks, this Warwick nose has been on it.
The nose indeed. Got about half of that bloodlust meter built up then, but great S1, S2 into the break from Ekko here. Gonna be able to get that burrito OS set up, able to cover so many of your wake up options. But great routing here again. We're gonna go ahead and get that break. Living in an era now where at least you are able to block on the way in. Crazy, we used to play a version of this game where you would get mixed on your own break if you did not tag out, but good operating, good piloting, just not overcommitting and trying to find the option. And good opportunity here, beat up the Yasuo that was stuck back by them. This is a great lead for Tensatrics so far, but James gonna speak out of that corner. Both our players just kind of dancing around each other. Oh, and I love that roll, actually calling out the retreating guard. Instead of actually whiffing a button in front of your opponent, you have the ability just to move forward with sort of command normal. Gonna go ahead and be able to catch it out, but Tensatrics, despite getting clipped out, Warwick is inevitable. Still no bloodlust quite yet, but the air throw gonna answer it. Warwick stomping you down, and Tensatrics right now is on set point.
Strong stuff here. It's gonna be, I love using that exact like assist call right there. Tensatrics showing a cool route here. Gonna be able to pick up James. Cashing out some damage. Feeling good about having that round advantage, but James already having that game in the back pocket, having that break in our back pocket as well. James is not only playing pretty well right here, cashing out some damage, but also has that defensive mechanic as a backup if needed. But until then, we got some pretty good routes here. Going to be tagging into our Yasuo to try to spend some of that meter. Didn't get the chance to, though. And then in the drop, went to go for a break, but Tensatrics was ready with the bait after. Goes for a reset here, trying to bait out another wake-up attack. Man, sniffing them out maybe a little too much. James is going to be able to fight back. The break does get spent, but I love how the Sever pulls you away from it. Great stuff.
Yeah, it's a situation again where being able to potentially be ready to block that break. It wasn't in range to give you that pop-up here. Once again, oh, but the Warwick, we get a tag out, but wasn't ready for the overhead. It's actually not also ready for it to even hit there. It's not going to get a full pickup. Back throw does not give you the hard knockdown then, but catches the forward roll with another throw, which will allow a forward throw in that. Gets that OTG with the super. Has to spend the full level 3, but finish your food. You cannot take that meter with you to the next round besides your break, so definitely love what we're seeing from James. Not going down without a fight. As long as James can finish this food here, we're going to go into the final round of this final game between these two. Definitely love to see it. These players are just bringing their absolute A game tonight.
Oh, try to go for the Hussy to keep that route going, but James is going to be able to fight back on the wake up here. Tagging into our Ekko, going for our Time Winder. Tensa here in this Yasuo. We'll be getting our break in just a moment, and I think James sniffing that out went for a safer route end, rather went for the wind wall Oki instead. Gonna let Tensa hold on to this break here, keep that combo going, trying to fight back out. But James in this drop is fighting back out with our far end. Both players, even in the drops, are ready to keep fighting back here. The break gets spent. James keeps the pressure up. The break for on Tensa's side as well keeps the Yasuo alive.
So to be alive, we're gonna go ahead and get those active tags rolling. Crosses through. Great block so far by Tensatrics. Down a little bit in the health department, but able to get a great clip. Good OTG option here as well. Gonna go ahead and wait that, just standing there menacingly. Get that great tag launcher with the side switch to SM as well. I love that choice. Just choosing to end it in the anti-air DP from Warwick, which allows you to essentially keep your opponent in front of you, get that Bloodlust install, and the blood routes are coming in. These cancels are going crazy, but saves the last little bit to get the cross through. Tensatrix is gonna take it with that sneaky little corner steal. 2-1 over James 06. All right, y'all, we talked about it earlier, but coming up next here, we have Apology Boy and Fabulous Zucchini versus Nameless here, and Nameless rocking a bit of vibe. Another two Blitzcranks in one night. Definitely not a normal thing to see, but you definitely love to see it. But freestyle Ahri Ekko on our duo side. Freestyle once again, definitely one of them. And I will have to say, the coolest thing about freestyle duos is it's really easy to puppet a character when you only have to worry about yours. So definitely going to cut to come out, but that wake-up attack being baited out by Nameless there with a delayed held jump in. But unfortunately, no full pickup here with the vibe, but catches the jump frames in that OTG. Pick up into, resets into the command grab, going to go into super. And this Ekko barely even got to play. The Ahri is a blinking health bar in, and we're not even 30 seconds in, G.
Man, sometimes games just go like that. You know what I mean? You FF at 15 and you go next. And you and your homie, you don't say anything about it. You know what I mean? Maybe you Q an ARAM in silence. But this next round, okay, lock in. We're going to start off with the Ekko here. And that's another cool thing about starting off with duos, right? Is that, oh, dude, their team, those characters, they give me a hard time. How about you actually start? Let's change up our game plan here. Looks like that's what we're going to do here with Apology Boy and Zucchini. But Nameless still on top with this vibe, pulling out some pressure, getting that restand, and tagging back into our Blitzcrank to go for a reset. Not enough to kill here, but a lot of damage on that Ahri.
A lot of damage indeed, but there is Nameless answering back. Gotta be careful when you run your pressure on Blitzcrank, having access to that steam armor on the special moves, but Nameless feeling the advantage, quite in their lead. So much health to work with as well. But this route here from Apology Boy, gonna go ahead and at least push this Blitzcrank near the corner. Does not finish the food, but actually gets a reset, which honestly works out way more in your favor. And they're going to be answer back with that character then. Fortunately, this Vi stuck in here, but the super coming through, but the rewind going underneath, but no punish going to happen. Airtime winder to take Vi to the ground, but a simple get up attack is enough to take the first game for Nameless.
Awesome stuff, man. I mean, we're giving the duo, some glaze in the sense that they're able to use 2 brains instead of 1, but sometimes that can also conflict a little bit as well, right? Like, oh man, maybe the game plan isn't working out there. So I do like what Apology Boy and Zucchini are doing here by swapping to the Darius. That's another benefit of doing duos, right? Is that you're probably used to playing 2 characters here when you're playing 2x scale. Well, if you're playing with a friend, all of a sudden your team compositions have, I don't know the math off the top of my head. Was it 16 combinations of teams you get when playing with a duo like that? It's awesome stuff.
Really awesome indeed. Great bait on that Vi wake up special attack that she has access to. Essentially a better version of the universal wake up attack. But yeah, it seems like this switch over to the Darius paying a lot more dividends. It seems to be a little bit simpler to pilot. And great OTG with that fireball. It's crazy to think that Darius did not have access to this fireball in the alpha lab, something that came out essentially with the original open beta. So Darius gets access to these new routes, new abilities to use headless a lot more, and that headless is so important, applying that bleed effect. But despite that here, Nameless gonna answer back with some good damage onto his Ekko, baits out the get up attack, but the jump in didn't quite believe in the fact that they were gonna bait that out. 2H stuff to get it going here. No full route finished, but it would have been such an uphill battle. Despite the first game going to Nameless, the first round of game 2 is going to our duo.
Coming out on top here. Looks like Zucchini's going to stay on that Darius. Tagging back to our Ekko here. Probably going to see a lot more tags and assist calls and such like that, just because with that duo, with using your 2 brains here, you're going to have, say Zucchini here on the back line, going to be able to come in on this Darius ready for that one. I love, dude, that route looks so silly when it's just one person. To be able to pull it off in your duo as well is awesome stuff. Nice job baiting out that counter here. Nameless going to be taking some damage.
Big damage indeed. Gonna get that burrito OS set up here. No pickup quite yet, but the cancel into the lows enough to do it. But unfortunately drops as well. But even with a drop with Darius, keeping your opponent kind of boxing to take those normals as the bleed is chipping through. But this Vi is swinging a left hook and a right, sending Ekko all the way to the corner. Gonna do a ton of damage here. I don't think it quite kills though. Depending on what we can do after as a setup, we might have an option to bait out here. But the jump back, this poor Blitzcrank was just trying to help, and he's getting absolute beasted in the back with the get up attack from Vi. That down S1 gonna at least answer the Ekko, but both your health bars are so low, and this Darius, all he has to do is clip you with it. The headless does connect on block to get the bleed, but it wasn't enough to get the chip kill. But a 2H is going to immediately answer back. Break coming through as well. Going to go ahead and gets the jump over on the Blitz super. That is so important. That is a hit grab super. You cannot block that on the ground. Great recognition here, and despite it getting pretty close to being answered back, our duo gonna go ahead and take game 2, getting a game 3 again for our top weight qualifier.
Oh my gosh. Now I will tell the players that the losers bracket has caught up. I will make that known. I'm just kidding. Okay, great explosive start here. Zucchini gets that push block away from Nameless here, who is trying to get a jab back here on this Blitzcrank. Blocking it out for a moment, but does get that well-timed hit. Doesn't get the full happy birthday after, so the Ekko is able to fight back. Tagging back to our Vi to keep the pressure up. The super gets spent in the break. That was a weird one right there. Not gonna have to watch that one back on the VOD. Nameless saying, hey, no time to think about this one. We're going to be going to this. Blitzcrank goes for the reset on the grab again, but this time Apology Boy was ready for it.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again. But fool me 3 times, that'll be a shame on me. good stuff there, being ready for that reset command grab here, and gonna go ahead and just send the Ekko with that JM jump in here. Finish this route, finish the food. I think as long as we can route into that tag launcher, it should be a dead Blitzcrank and a combo as all that time. We are making it breaking down this robot for spare parts, and this first character going down. Nameless, despite getting that first game, these duos seems to be making the right switch with this Darius pick.
Yeah, I mean, definitely feeling that momentum right now, going for that freestyle tag to bait out that break that you saw a moment ago. Nameless going to be taking some damage here. Does have that Fury defense to back yourself up, and has that level 3 if you had the chance to spend it, but not today, Ganyan, at least not in this round.
Vi, indeed. We're seeing the name Nameless there, but it's actually Headless that was coming in here from this Darius. But this Vi combo, happy birthday, works so well, but just not able to continue the route. Maybe making an active choice just to kind of stay there and see what Apology Boy did on Wake Up. But unfortunately, that scramble that came after essentially working out. But a drop combo here, such a great thing if you are cheering on Nameless. But despite the drop opportunity, Darius finds a way. The damage kicking up here as that bleed is working through. Finishes the route, gonna go ahead and get that install ready. The block, you can see the chip damage coming in with that bleed. Extra little bit of damage as well, but no ability to get that Wake Up Vi S1 special. Go ahead and see if we can roll to the point again, but the auto-correcting to level 3 once again is whiffed because of the rewind. And, you know, you feel like you want to be able to fight out with these level 3s, but there are so many ways to call it out in this game. And a 2 SKO to seal it for our duo as well. That is a 2-1 for Apology Boy and Fabulous Bikini. But kind of curious to see how this Yasuo Teemo freestyle can kind of measure up against Ahri. You know, I have to say, while Teemo can definitely hold the line pretty well, Ahri doesn't really have to interact with a lot of her sequences. And you know what? Don't have to even worry about that problem. Getting a super early limit strike here. Gonna get that break built up and a little bit of extra meter. Definitely so important with these characters that have to utilize their supers in their routes to have enough to be able to spend not only for your route, but also still have access to a parry. So, but that Teemo dart assist is going to get us started. But the simple cross through, no matter if you're at an entry level of 2 SKO or playing at the highest, the Yasuo cross through catch comes for us all. But this route is going to do so much damage. The assist in the back is getting evaporated. Oh, a bit of a dropped combo then, but the drop is going to actually work out in our favor. Finish with a level 1 from the S1 from Blook. And you know what? Here, both back and forth a little bit in the beginning in the neutral, but it's been all Blook after one really good happy birthday.
Blook with a really strong start out here, man. I'm loving that we're seeing some Teemos up here in the top 8s as well. I mean, not a character that we've had a shortage of per se, but always fun seeing this guy fight it out here. Tensa going to be showing us some cool stuff here in this Ahri as well, but Blook going to cross some distance here with our tag, with our assist, and then tagging into our assist after getting that hit. Getting some damage here against Tensa's point, as well as some scrap damage here against that Yasuo. Trying to get some HP back with that gray health, but no, it looks like we're going to bring him in to fight it out here. Our assist keeping us up as well.
Oh, and I love the utilization of Blook here, taking advantage of that Yasuo S1 into the S2 tag in just to kind of keep yourself essentially plus, and then being able to tag back in because of freestyle as well. Continue on that pressure, essentially nullify the recovery of that S2 follow-up, but unfortunately is going to get a missed Kara into a drop, but reset pressure then to Blook. Going to go ahead and clip Tensa's Yasuo with the 2L. Sever routing here. I think as long as we can finish our food with the level 1, we're going to go ahead and get the Teemo OTG Shroom special. There it is. Stylish as always by Blook, and a first game going their way. Remember, guys, we are still in that first to 2, best of 3 area right now. You're going to have to be in winners, finals, losers, or grands to get that 3-game win victory. But once again, I think we saw this earlier as well. The attempt to run the Ahri, but when in doubt, Warwick out. And I have to say, Warwick plays very, very well into Teemo. Teemo has to be very conscious of the choices he makes as a character to work around a lot of the anti-projectile properties of Warwick.
Yeah, Tensa gonna have to show us some of that matchup gap against this Teemo here with this Warwick swap. I mean, already looking pretty hot here, I gotta say. Tagging back to our Yasuo just to tag back to the Warwick. Crazy routing here. The break does get spent from Blook, and I think that was a well-timed break, right? Because it saved you some HP, put your opponent in the corner, and then put you in this situation here where you're baiting your opponent's defensive mechanic, keeping them in that corner even still. I love the air throw as well. Tensa with a crazy clapback after Blook started off that round strong.
Blook here, absolutely. Despite the Teemo nerfs, making this essentially what was kind of considered one of Teemo's best teams in the game right now, still making it work so well. You know, Teemo lost a little bit of power when it comes to what these shrooms are. They're able to be hit a lot easier by characters standing light buttons, so definitely a little bit harder to zone when someone is ready for it, but Blook not looking like they've been phased at all. I think as long as we finish this route into what we've been showing off so far here, actually gets the tumble into level 3. You know what? You're kind of curious. I'm so used to seeing the double down versions of this. To see it done in freestyle is incredible. Blook, you are sick with it.
Awesome stuff, man. Tensa here was showing us some strength here in this Warwick, and still is, I gotta say. So that swap has been strong here. You know, hopefully that damage wasn't already done with that first game. We'll have to see. Tensa already looking strong here, building up some of that blood rage here in our routing as well. So Blook not only taking the damage, but Tensa building up that resource here. I think we actually got it there. We may be off by a pixel, but no, we may actually have it and kill that Teemo. Tensa in a great spot.
Yeah, nothing better than seeing a dead character coming in and immediately hearing the call of the wolf. This route only brought to you by these bloodlust cancels. Then Warwick is an entirely changed character when he has access to it. So what we're seeing, and still gets an OTG after it as well. A little bit of a reset then. Both players pressing 2L at the same time, having that moment. We have no danger time. We have no clash here. Just a trade of buttons. Oh, but actually gets a bit of a reset off of the still active J2H. Actually, one issue I say, despite the bit of neutral control you get with Teemo Shroom assist, super assist, it's really hard to combo off of on hit. So, you know, it kind of really odd where it's like I really didn't know how they were going to do it, but it ends up working out anyway. Sure, you're feeling pretty good if you are Blook. You're still up this round. Not going to spend that Fury no matter what, but Tensa here going to answer back, taking us to a third round. Not out of it quite yet, but Blook, all they need is this one round, and it could be their set.
Oh, trying to get maybe a little too aggressive with that zoning there. Does get hit, but not full comboed, so able to fight out of the corner. Does get Tensa's break from him. The roll forward puts us in a nice situation to get out of the corner here. But Blook going to be able to, despite being in the corner, fight out here. This Warwick going to be taking some damage.
And I love that routing option then. Essentially your best optimal when it comes to getting that limit strike knockdown. These players here just absolutely doing the best things they can to keep their pressure going, but Teemo gets the hit. Gonna go ahead and keep this Yasuo in the corner as well. Gonna tag into that mushroom super, but here is the Axis with that limit strike. Oh, not quite gonna be able to finish the route, unfortunately. Working out really well in Tensa's favor. And great side switch choice. Decides to not spend the super to build the bloodlust. Tries to send the overhead. And despite seeing a few whiffed supers in earlier sets tonight, not this time. And the Sever actually goes over the Warwick super. I was so curious how that was going to work out after we got that freeze frame. Definitely working out in Blook's favor. I'd be sweating a little bit if I was them, but they are definitely ahead right now. But we get the throw into the wind, breaking the wind, taking out the enemy Yasuo as well. This Teemo from top lane spamming question marks on their teammate. But as long as we can finish this option, we'll see if we get a chance to spend this Fury all available for both sides pretty soon here, G.
Man, I'm still stunned at that level 3 missing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This oh man. Unfortunately, that was a bracket. Blook right now gonna be able to try to close this one out with these shrooms. Well placed. The slingshots to back you up as well. Tensa trying to build up that HP with the Fury, but not enough to fight back through that air throw. Great stuff there from Blook in the air to finish off that round. What a lot of shenanigans.
Putting that together is pretty cool to see, but awesome to see KobyOG as well. At least my first time seeing this player in an online bracket, but an Ahri Illaoi freestyle as well. Oh my god, the mix is going to be dirty, Jake.
We'll see. I mean, that's why we're watching this game. It's hopefully to see some cool mix. We got our duo over there, Apology Boy and Zucchini. They're going to be fighting it out up against KobyOG here. Kobe does have this Illaoi to fight with, but, I mean, we're going to have to see it in another round, Ganyan, because right now, it's getting checked out.
Getting checked out indeed, but tries to retreat off of the Ahri jump option then. But this Darius, having nothing of it, sends out the Time Winder super and Illaoi have to do this all by herself. But definitely the character, you know, essentially, like, if it wasn't for Ekko, I think people would be talking a lot more about how Illaoi is definitely one of the better, if not probably a top 2, top 3 support character in this game. Just great utilization of what she can get done from the back, especially with certain fuses as well. But definitely let's see if we can see Kobe bring some of that out tonight, because so far it has been our duo. 2 brains may be indeed better than 1, but who needs brain when you have burritos? Covering all these wake-up options again, and despite blocking out the sequence, the Ahri just getting evaporated in the back. Single button hit confirm into the headless super. The damage coming in, but not finishing the food. I'd be pretty amazed if Kobe could even bring this back, but game 1 here going to our duo.
Man, awesome stuff. Our duo came to show us some awesome play. Apology Boy was in the chat saying, Jeek, we actually need duo bounties. I mean, yeah, if you're showing up playing like that, of course you're asking me for duo bounties. Good idea, homie. Kobe right now showing off these awesome skins, by the way. Great stuff, man. I mean, the art team knows what they're doing. Trying to keep that combo going. Does get the throw here in the scramble, but Apology Boy going to be able to fight back out.
Here, gonna get that installed. And great air block on that wake up attack. It just feels like, despite a couple of hits working out so far for the duo, Kobe definitely gonna get answers to that break. Immediately being burned, not trying to lose out on the power of this freestyle duo. I feel like while there is a lot of strength in Fury, everyone probably knows that if you are playing this game, playing 2SKO, freestyle is very, very specific in having both these characters take advantage. And there is that crumple that Darius gets, being able to pick up so far in the corner. Great route option again, gonna get that burrito OS set up. Great blocks the low and throws him out of the follow-up sequence here. Incredible answer back from Kobe so far, and I love that they get a back throw as well, which is gonna keep Zucchini stuck in this corner. That point, getting this win means you'll be sitting there pretty happy in winners finals. Get access to that second life should you drop that set. But right now it looks like Apology Boy and Zucchini are trying to be the ones to claim tonight's pot, but Kobe gets an opportunity to fight back. They could at least show us what they have themselves, but oh, great jump over. Actually ends up clipping the Ekko to the point where the time super did not even come out here. Go ahead and get that orb super set up then. double JP into the grounded S2 knockdown, but a tag launcher as well, which I love this. Gonna set up the tentacle super from Illaoi, get the OTG working in. Great hit into 2H to stop that overhead option. Apology Boys showing that they understand what is available from this Illaoi, but utilizing that tag out to be able to block the wake up attack as well. Despite everything we have been seeing from Kobe here, definitely some impressive stuff, but this duo is showing you guys why this is called 2x KO. That is a 2-0 for Fabulous Zucchini and Apology Boy. These are 4 characters. You know, we already seen a lot more of the Warwick, a lot more of the Vi as they've been rising in power, but Darius kind of fell off a little bit from at least like the launch of the game as far as popularity is concerned, and very cool to see. And a battle of double downs on top of that. This definitely feels like some like early game release level of stuff here, but I love the flexibility of double down in 2xKO. Definitely feels more akin to what I am used to in your tag fighters with being able to DHC like normal. So let's see how we can route into that option here. Getting off to a great start so far for Rome, getting that first break from Nameless.
Yeah, and also another thing about Double Down, especially on characters like Blitzcrank Vi, like their supers just work together, right? Like, so you can turn any hit into that much damage, right? Like Double Down can be pretty appetizing for that exact reason, and also for some of those, you know, level 3 DHCs like we got to see earlier in the bracket. But right now, Nameless gonna be getting Rome's break away from them. Gonna be tagging to the ward, put this pressure up in the corner, using that assist call to get that hit. Rome only cashing out 1 bar here, only needs to, that is, to take out Nameless' Blitzcrank, while also going to be getting that Bloodlust. The character comes in, the Awu starts, and Rome is going to cook here.
Absolutely. Rome here showing us their best Maroon 5 impression, but despite not getting a great block by Nameless on that cross through, the level 3 super has been enough to quickly take out that Vi in the first round here of this loser side of top 8. We're going to go in Rome's favor, but great wake up down S1 from the Vi into that punch. Get the command grab OTG with there. And a setup we saw work so well for Nameless in one of their earlier sets. That single hit into reset command grab, getting so much value, but not able to finish the food. And I'm worried about getting this Darius damage. Then the break comes out here, answering back. But what you have to be careful about staggering on this Vi champion.
Yeah, or else you're going to face the wrath of that counter. Oh, well, there it is again, but the stagger was too much, except that this time the stagger in the form of Rome going for that stance M does get a lot of damage here against Nameless. That bleed as well isn't going to help us, do us any favors. Going to be going to our Blitzcrank here. Does have our steam to back us up, but Rome with that Bloodlust is also going to be very powerful. Now, oh, wow. The armor command grab came out. It was that steam to benefit us, and the super in the back pocket.
My gosh, such a wild moment to be thinking we got over there, but the armor working in our favor, but you can't block forever from the Warwick. That cross through will catch you sleeping. Definitely incredible stuff here from Rose. Gonna take that first game. You know, it was definitely kind of down in health bars to the wire, but switching over to the freestyle instead here from Nameless. So have to think that you're gonna get a lot more access to some of these mixed tools, also better able to bait out those breaks. But going right into it again, guys, here Rome up that first game. They can just get this game cleaned up, it would be their set, and moving forward to losers semis. But Nameless now on the freestyle, if we can at least get our turn back, I can imagine the mix will be coming in, but unfortunately rolls right into the arms of this werewolf. The pressure's coming through. Vi does roll out, so not able to take her out in the back then, but this Blitzcrank kind of struggles at just pressing random buttons in neutral. Let's be a lot more careful of when they do press. That one, that full screen game plan. There's a whiff of normal then too, but there's the Warwick overhead. It comes for us all. And I love that grab here, switching back into the Darius to continue the combo with the Warwick super, ripping in the back too. So much damage coming out on this Vi, and another baited down S1. We have not been getting a lot of value out of that in this past few uses so far, but this damage is still ticking. The blood is still draining. Despite a command grab stopping the bleeding, I don't imagine it's going to be enough. Calling the assist forward, tagging in to air throw. Rome is now on set point. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Despite sending Vi into the stratosphere, Warwick having that auto targeting on that S1 super doesn't mean it's gonna always work, but man, does it cover so many angles for you. And I love that overhead into the OTG fireball. Get the bleed working, which means you're gonna take extra damage both on hit and block. Not where you want to see yourself being too, but taking advantage of the super tag of double down, finishing your food, a full tummy for this wolf, and that is going to be a 2-0 for RomeRulez over Nameless. One, y'all, like G said, James versus Just Capital B, a frequent attender of the Jeekly 2x KO, so always feels great to see them here. I've seen them also in a couple of the TNSs as well, so this player definitely making their way through so many online brackets, which is great. You want to put all of that practice in, hopefully get a chance to see them at some bigger offlines as the game comes out and progresses. And that first hit going in Capital B's way. Gonna go ahead and finish this route. Do so much damage here. But remember, guys, this is a battle of freestyles. We are gonna spend those breaks early when we can. And there they are, both being spent already so far in the first 30 seconds of this set. Gonna go ahead and get the roll through. Does not rewind back. Clips with the 2M to keep the route going. I think we can likely super tag as well. Or I should say tag into the launcher, then go into the OTG option. Doesn't finish the last hit to get maximum damage. Punch super to get the kill. First character go for Capital B.
Now, James does have this Fury here. I mean, it wouldn't be totally out of... Well, I mean, okay, now, okay, excuse me. Okay, for a second there, I'm like, well, you popped it right now, but Just Capital B did not give you any chance, was on top of you with this buy. And Just Capital B... Daniel was right. Getting third place at the Jeekly 2XKO event number 6. That was when Hikari won the whole thing. So that, I mean, definitely a one to be proud of, to get pretty far in. This Capital B trying to do so again tonight. Gonna go for that wake up attack for better or for worse. Gagnon James gonna be able to get some damage here.
Yeah, great bait on that get up attack. And you're being rewarded with all of this damage. Gonna go ahead and get that tag launcher rolling through as well. But we do have Yasuo. The wind super is just enough to do it. I was curious if we were gonna go for it to the S1 attempt instead. We had to have a few drop one of those in an earlier set we saw of James. So I like the choice of going into the more safe option. It ends up working out anyway here, but OTG to get started then. Gonna cover the rollout with that 2L, but a 2H here from James. Sends Cal B into the stratosphere. We're gonna have to spend that Fury, but unfortunately you have to watch your toes. Rolls through, and that Fury damage doesn't barely needs a basic B and B to take it out, but an air throw here, baiting out the get up attack. Dude, Capital B is just kind of showing off right now, and you love to see it at that level. Game 1 going their way. But James is definitely no slouch on this freestyle Ekko Yasuo, but they have to get a chance to be able to answer. And so far, you are just getting punched out by this boxing queen that is Vi. Break coming out immediately.
Going to be able to keep this one going. Just Capital does have our break as well here. Yeah, there it is. I mean, you got to be careful about spending it here. First off, against a competent player, and then second off, against a competent player with freestyle, right? So Just Capital holding on to it there for just a moment and was able to get it out just in time and then get this combo right after. I love this tag launch special here from Just Capital. This Spy going to be able to keep the corner pressure, unless of course that wake, or rather that push block from James gets us out of the corner and then gets us a follow-up as well.
And I love that option with Vi calling your assist, charging up that punch, and then holding that while you tag in, being able to send a full charge punch. If you block that, you essentially are plus a million, it practically feels like. And James, despite having to deal with it, the Vi is now in the back, and that super assist from Vi, definitely one of the weaker ones, I'd say, as far as coming active and on startup. But this great routing from Capital B is going to take out that Yasuo immediately back. And despite losing the first character, we are up essentially a full half bar ahead. Going to go ahead and get the throw. OTGs with the forward S2 as well. Great round answering back for Capital B, who, you know, at this point right now, if they win this round, this set is theirs. But a break being immediately sent here by James to break up that opportunity. Oh, the break come out. We baited it this time. G called it out earlier. You have to be careful on those jump-capable normals. And despite Capital B having a way to answer, then it was James who got the advantage, but a falling button to get us going here. There is that charge punch. Go ahead and send it to the Ekko break. Limit strike, not even needed. Charged punch, super. The damage is absolutely being dished out right now.
I do want to do a correction. I said Just Capital B got third at a previous event. I actually got second at that 2xKO event, and they got third the one before. So many time top 8er, and showing you just how strong they can be with this last round so far. That Ekko is down, and so is this Yasuo after baiting out that Fury. Just Capital B going to be moving on this loser side 2-0, but strong stuff from those players.
See which one will come out on top.
We'll see, guys. Prediction is up. Feel free to vote for who you think is going to win using those channel points over here at twitch.tv/itsgeek. If you're watching over the VOD, appreciate you. But here we go, guys. We got RomeRulez up against Tensatrics up here, guys. Rome showed us some explosive stuff on this team, but Tensa also, I mean, previously starting off with the Ahri, but this time choosing to opt for that Warwick. So both players going for this Warwick madness here.
Warwick is just a character that demands not only answers to his strong tools, but a lot of respect in certain situations there. You know, the overhead, if you know it's coming, has a lot of counterplay to it, but that's just it. You have to know it's there. But before she even has a chance to answer back to any of this tomfoolery, it essentially is a dead Yasuo. Warwick coming in with essentially no health to work with. Just a simple S2 super to take this round. And a perfect for RomeRulez to start us off.
Dude, okay, yeah. Rome definitely coming out strong here. And if you guys aren't keeping track, Tensa, of course, on the red, Warwick, Rome on the blue characters. I'll update the overlay with that in a moment. As Tensa, unfortunately, they're in the pause. It's going to be Rome coming out with that 5M, tagging back to your Warwick here. And I got to say, man, we probably said it before already in this broadcast, but this team just kills people, bro. This Warwick Darius double down, it is about dealing as much damage as possible. Right now, Tensa, despite that, staying somewhat alive, but a nice combo here from Rome is going to try to change that. Goes for the stance M, able to block it out a bit. Rome keeps you in the corner, or rather, Tensa keeps you in the corner. Rome does have this break, doesn't decide to spend it yet.
And what a sick route to be able to use that bite, which is always going to flip your opponent behind you there. So good attempt on the mix from Tensa, but the block on the air sever not going to be worth it. And I think as long as we can route here appropriately, this could be a dead Yasuo. Oh, no extra meter here to work with. Oh, never mind. We get the tag launcher still as well with this route. OTG, DP, S1 super. You know, Double Down just has the ability to kill if you have the meter. Incredible stuff from Rome here. And despite Tensa, like you said before, showing an impressive Warwick, Rome here is so close to having the set.
I mean, at this point, Rome is unfortunately going to lose our character here to this level 3. Tensa going to get our own bloodlust here. and does have that Fury advantage if we need it. Can also use it offensively, of course, never forget that. So, but with that wall bounce here from Rome, the Fury does get spent defensively. It's still either player's game with how strong that mechanic can be, and Rome getting that straight hit. Ganyon, that could be it, depending on this route.
Looking pretty good so far. Just gotta finish our food with the super. Maximum puppers, as I hear it deemed. That Fury damage is nothing to scoff at. And a great answer by Tensa, making it a round apiece here in this first game. We love when it is close. We love seeing these players bring out every tool that they can. But here is some double down privilege. My goodness, you are absolutely getting destroyed in the middle there. But a burst here from Rome. Gonna go ahead and push Tensa back in. Into that corner. Finishing our route. Go ahead into the shoulder tackle. Tag launcher back into the Warwick. And Rome here gets the first character as well as a bloodlusted Warwick to work with. The 5M catching. This is gonna do so much damage, Jeek.
Oh man. Goes for, I love going for that OTG as well. Calls out that roll tech out of the corner. Canceling into our super. That's going to be enough to kill here. RomeRulez getting the first game on the board. Unfortunately, losing that last round, but all that matters is that we finished off and got the 1 there on the screen. Reminder, it is 1st to 2. Coming up later will be some 1st to 3 matches. So until then, Rome is sitting pretty here, finishing off that last game. But Tensa with that second round there made things a little spooky. We'll have to see if they can do it again. And also something I want to shout out, Tensa from Germany. This is a, because of the Riot netcode, we're able to have players like that. Germany playing against California right now, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely insane. And not only having an infrastructure built on rollback, but Riot has always put a ton of work into their network infrastructure. So really impressive to see. I've seen tons of online tournaments taking advantage of that, with players all across Europe and NA being able to play together. So very, very cool to see here. But Tensa right now trying to find their way in against the Warwick off here. Both of these dogs trying to show you which one of them has learned a new trick. And this route here looking pretty nice so far. I'm gonna go ahead and send it into the level 1. I like this route, though it's gonna be less bloodlust meter. Your Oki is so much better off of that super. Definitely worth it if you're just trying to keep the pressure on, keep your opponent guessing. The stance cancel hop JL paying dividends, and first character going down for Tensa.
Oh man, that 2H. Dude, Yasuo 2H, when it's bad, but when it's good, it is good, bro. Awesome stuff. Tensa going to be able to close out this round here after that well-placed anti-air. Strong stuff here, does have that break advantage, but only by a little bit here. But that momentum is what's important.
For our players finding the ways you have to operate around so many large buttons, so many sequences can remain your turn, knowing which ones are real versus not, knowing what's parryable and what is not, can take you so far in a game like this. And despite really no open up happening with this Yasuo, this work getting absolutely hit in the back, but there is that air throw into the air grab from Darius. Gonna go ahead and send the bite down, flip it up, air DP, level 1 super, more than enough to kill. And Rome here getting a character back in this second round. Rome trying to do their best to stop Tensa from being able to take this game, bring it to a game 3 here. Oh, a lot of respect in that minute point there, but the Warwick headbutt assist, a little bit hard to pick up then, depending on what kind of character you are working with. But definitely still gets you the opportunity to keep the pressure going. A 5M clipping, but no full pickup as well. Little OTG. Goes for the W overhead, and there is the nerf to Yasuo in the most recent patch. He is no longer able to cancel the J2H unless it's on hit. So definitely a tough spot to be, but look at this damage here. We actually spend the Fury at this point, and you know what? I'm not gonna say I necessarily agree with it, but a character being answered back, one more hit should be enough to do it. As long as we can route into super right away, it should be enough to end it out. And Tensa, despite maybe making a bit of a ballsy call, you know what? Sometimes it takes some of that to be able to win here. My God, great answer back, and we are getting that game 3.
Dude, that was great. The early cancel on the level 3 and everything was insane right there. Tensa showing us some strong stuff. Well, both players showing us some strong stuff. Tensa most recently with that game win. I love that Air S1. That's something I wish I saw Warwick do more often. Rome going to keep Tensa here in the corner at the start of this round, tagging to that Yasuo to try to get out. That jump L fights back on the assist. Rome getting our own stray hits here as well, but the break gets spent. Tensa pulls out the pupper to fight, but Rome with that tag is going to be able to convert off of that assist call, throwing you back into the corner, saying you got to stay here, homie.
Out here, and despite beating up the assist, and Warwick says, hey, hold on a moment, this fight is still between you and me. But I love what Rome is doing here, not trying to push the combo to the maximum, sometimes just keeping the corner position, and a bit of a weird reset into an air sever. Gonna go ahead and keep the pressure going despite a baited wake up attack, not able to finish the combo. The S2 charges through again, but the overhead being blocked the sever through. It didn't cross over as well. Definitely not probably what we were looking for if we are Tensa. As long as we finish this route into the super, it is going to be a dead Yasuo, a nearly bloodlusting Warwick, and a big advantage for Rome so far in game 3.
And with that wall bounce, Rome, oh my lord, just one wall bounce into super was all Rome needed to put themselves at set point. A little bit of a break advantage in your back pocket as well surely makes you feel a little bit better. But getting opened up here does get a chance to spend that break. Once the freestyle gets spent, you do have a little bit more freedom there. Like, okay, well, they already tagged. Maybe I can go ahead and pull it out now. So able to pull out that break, able to stay alive here, but spending it right back from your opponent. Rome does get this stray hit with no break to keep ourselves out of this corner. We have to use our push block instead, which pays off. Tensa getting this route.
And I love that air reset into cross through sever. You need to be essentially knowing that this is a possibility to be ready for a reset like that. Does not spend any of the super meter, realizing that they're not going to kill. Despite that great sequence from Tensa, they find themselves on the other side of this Darius, but a great fight out to keep this route, pushing this Darius to the corner. Gonna go ahead and likely do a limit strike. Oh, unfortunately got the 2H there from Stance, which definitely will give you limit strike, but not as good of Oki, but a great parry. We've barely seen any parries, I think, in this set yet. Here we are, the bit of respect from both sides, a throw tech to kind of reset back to neutral, but this Warwick's ability to call the assist with headbutt and tag in immediately. There is the absolute, you find yourself being surrounded then, getting beat from both sides, but our players here kind of sit at that full screen, trying to wait for that right moment to come in, wait for that missed button to strike, and you see Rome was ready, clipping with that 2M, and one more character will seal them for this set.
And also big shout outs real quick to Evan Almighty with a massive raid out here. Appreciate you guys all coming in. You're here just in time. We're in losers quarters of our weekly Sunday 2xKO bracket. 8 p.m. EST, minimum $50 prize pools, and right now you're seeing RomeRulez move on to the bracket 2-1 here in this Jeekly 2xKO top 8.
Definitely excited to see if the Illaoi Ahri can show us a little bit more. They kind of had a struggle to get their game plan on, but we know Capital B, they have been in tons of brackets, a fearsome competitor, one of the better vibes to do it right now, it would seem, and let's see if this freestyle can absolutely come to play.
And right at the start of the round, big shout outs to Tensatrics. Thank you for that raid as well, homie. Some raids back to back. Appreciate y'all showing the love out here in this top 8. Guys, you know, as long as y'all watch, we'll keep doing it. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Right now, Kobe saying, hey, if they're going to be watching me do this combo, but Just Capital was ready with the break. Now, Just Capital, one of our stronger players here in the bracket. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. Just Capital seated pretty high, right? But, and I'm also going to keep it a buck down here in the losers bracket a little early, unfortunately. So, you know, getting upset, has to make that claw back here. Kobe going to be another speed bump in that path, or maybe a filter. We'll have to see. This Ahri looking pretty good so far.
Absolutely. We are seeing Kobe show us what they got, and these routing choices are so sick here. Loving this team optimization, just trying to keep Illaoi in the back until you are ready to either get the kill or set up that tentacle hard knockdown Oki situation. And Capital B, as Jeek said, one of our higher seeded players here. It's been an all KobyOG so far in this first game. An immediate break to keep that sequence going. Even if we get Fury here, I doubt we're going to spend it for Capital B. No full pickup, no full kill, but a baited wake-up attack is going to give KobyOG that first round.
Nice stuff, man. Kobe showing off on the skins, too. I love these skins, by the way, man. God damn. No one asked me, but anyways, Just Capital. Going to be able to spend that break here to get Kobe off ya. We're still opting for some strong play out here. Going to be able to catch this Illaoi here, despite being on the other side of the screen. Just Capital with some quick movement here, going for that hop over for the mix. Kobe saying, I don't know what you're trying to do right now. The wake-up attack going to get you off me. Nice air throw from Just Capital B.
Air throw indeed into that roll. 2L to get us started. As long as we finish this route. Oh, we got a bit of a reset, though. Did not have any meter to be able to go into that OS setup then, but I love that choice to simply throw OTG and then slip it for the end. Capital B saying, yeah, Kobe, that was a pretty impressive round one, but check out this route. A simple shimmy is enough to do it. Gonna send it into the Vi Punch Super, and a round apiece for our players here in the first game of our other side of loser quarters finals. So you can see so different teams, different characters. I feel like so often, Jeek, we're used to seeing the Ekko and Yasuo paired together, but here we have essentially, you know, 3 other characters you don't normally see in these top freestyle teams. Such a sick sight to see.
Yeah, I think off the top of my head, we've seen every character but one. Oh no, 2. Never mind. But point is that we've seen a lot of varied teams and characters today. I'm gonna give it a buck. Not so much variation on the fuses nowadays, but we just got some strong players, and freestyle seems to be the favorite fuse amongst those that are trying to get those prize pools. Right now, Kobe going to be able to use this tentacle loop route, canceling into level 1. That super does a lot of damage, but not enough to kill this time.
Oh, and jumps in, tries to get a bit of space from these tentacles, but Illaoi meets you in the sky. And unfortunately, despite Illaoi doing a great job getting first blood in this round, this Vi ganks it right immediately after it cleans up that bounty here. But some great air mobility by KobyOG here. Gonna work through and get over on this Vi. I think as long as we can finish this route, this should be a dead Vi. And they do properly route this game 1 here. Gonna go to KobyOG, and like I said earlier, you know, had to run against our very strong duo now sitting in winners finals, but seeing it on this loser side, it feels like they've just started turning it on at this point, and an incredibly impressive first game here for Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting rounds on Just Capital B, let alone games, you know, that's definitely a sign of a very strong player out here. Just Capital, definitely a very strong opponent. So if Kobe's able to execute out some rounds here, you know, it's definitely nothing to scoff at. Tried to go for that down S2 here on our Illaoi, but Just Capital a little too fast for you. Going to be able to catch you and get that happy birthday damage to try to catch back up here in this round. But man, it's going to be that Hail Mary air special from Kobe here, keeping this Vi in the corner. Does keep our pressure up and tags back to get that Vi HP back, but Kobe still on top of you.
Yeah, and such a tough spot to be in, where even if you find yourself surviving through these pressure sequences, the chip damage just continuing from a team that has an Illaoi on it can be so terrifying to be in. KobyOG now with that first round, if they can finish this one out here, it would be their set. But Capital B, we've said it before, guys, definitely no slouch. Incredibly strong in these online brackets. great spot to be in if you are looking to at least keep this close. This happy birthday is never seeming to end. This Ahri might not even get a chance to play, but the Punch Super ends up whiffing, actually, and I wonder if we're going to break out. Here we are as well, just trying to keep that team alive. A full health bar to work with the Ekko, but with the rewind, we get clipped by the Illaoi normal, and a great route here from Kobe, pushing you all the way to this corner, and no hard knockdown setup, then jumps out of the command grab follow-up from that tentacle, and a great 2H routing here from the Ahri, but it's gonna whiff over because we sent the Ekko down. You have to finish your food, and being able to do the air throw into super, the recognition by Capital B, trying to get a character, trying to slow down this set, but there is Illaoi in the back, access to Fury, super assist as well. You have to be careful.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. You did climb a mountain here, though. Just Capital did already get the Fury spend from Kobe. You have to be careful about those Fury cancels potentially. Oh, the stray hit comes out, and I don't think we'll see that Fury in time. Kobe with some great stuff. Pretty down to the wire there in that last round, but comes out on top 2-0.
Into our winners finals side set here. These teams, including one of our 2 duos who did sign up for tonight, you're going to have Apology Boy and Fabulous Zucchini versus Block there on that, Blook, sorry, on that Teemo Yasuo. A battle of freestyle once again. The breakdancing is about to begin. Winners finals, first to 3. Who is it going to be, chat?
We'll see. We'll see. I'll get the names fixed up in just for a moment for you guys, but reminder, Blook, of course, on that Yasuo Teemo. And then Apology Boy going to be playing on the Ekko, and his teammate Fabulous Zucchini on that Darius. We did see an Ahri earlier today, so you may see it again, but right now it's Blook with that tag back. I'll get those names fixed for you all in just a moment.
Just some basic stagger pressure coming in here. Blook not really biting on too much right yet, even kind of just waiting to even show any of these retreating guards as well. Trying to get clipped by any of these lows, but a basic good route from Apology Boy here. Gonna answer out and take out that Yasuo first, but the Teemo getting caught by these Ekko jump normals. And I mentioned it earlier, guys, everything you're seeing here is technically possible with a singular player piloting it, but it's so much easier to keep the follow-ups coming during that active tag when you're running the duos. So a group here, but ends up catching both characters in the beginning here, but Darius does fall out. We love that choice to get that hard knockdown with that limit strike, build up that extra meter here. Blook definitely losing out on that first round, but so far round 2 is definitely going their way.
Going to use that Sever, keeping this combo going. Blook also having our break just in case we need it. Could choose to spend it here to keep our opponents in the corner, but no, doesn't want to fall for that freestyle trap. So waiting for Fabulous Zucchini and Apology Boy to dedicate to that full combo to go for that Time Winder, then spends the break. So optimal stuff there from Blook, paying attention to when we're using that defensive mechanic. I like how we were able to use that fall down jump normal here from Teemo to keep it going, but Apology Boy on this Ekko is ready to fight back. That was the point character after all. Uses this super to deal some great damage here. Blook, however, with so much meter, just needs a chance to spend it.
And not the way you want to spend it. I'm kind of curious. They thought potentially maybe a reset off the clone was coming in. Oh, but I love this parry option. Being able to punish the projectiles. That S1 super from Yasuo is projectile invincible for all projectile types then. So really, really impressive stuff here. It does have to become active, so taking advantage of that first parry lets you finish that out. And Headless here coming out strong, the damage racking up, and game 1 is going to our duo. But Blook here definitely looking a lot stronger in that second round. We got a strong feeling this likely hopefully won't be a 3-0. Let's see if we can get to that game 5, but Blook's going to have to be able to clean up a couple of these options, finish a couple of these routes here, because when you run a character like Teemo, you are not allowed to be wrong. That health bar, that lower health bar comes into play very often in this game.
Yeah, being wrong is a privilege. That is I'll translate that for you. But awesome stuff, guys. I do want to shout out that the prize pool jumping up by 20 bucks. Big shout outs to Rebecca the Sorceress for that contribution to the prize pool. So guys, if you didn't think it was enough to try hard for before, take a look at that prize pool and lock in. Of course, we're first to 3 out here, so we'll see Apology Boy and Fabulous Zucchini having some strong plays so far. But I've been happy with what I've been seeing from Blook earlier. 2-0'd their previous opponent to get to where we are now. So we'll have to see if they can keep it up, but gets caught by that super in the scramble. Zucchini able to take out Blook's Yasuo.
Definitely good here, but great stuff to Blook so far. Gonna go ahead and do the mushroom route here. Oh, does not quite catch with that charged Wii, but ends up working out in the scramble anyway. That space was being held, kind of stopped Fabulous from wanting to run in, and that fear is what allows Blook to answer with the first round of game 2. You love to see it here, and I just say, I have not seen that Teemo combo before, so hopefully Blook gets another opportunity to show us what they are bringing with Teemo in this current version. But Apology Boy, oh, because of the screen lock with the assist from full screen, did not get the normal travel distance that you're supposed to get for that Ekko combo. Not quite ready for the full pickup then. But here we go, double Shroom into the Shroom super route again. To get that charge 2H into another Shroom set. We are so close to getting the Shroom badge here. Depending on what route we end up going for to be able to activate it mid-combo. We get the drop though, I was saying it earlier, guys. This new routing from Teemo is so specific. You have to be locked in to make sure you do not drop the opportunity, and baits out a parry, crosses through, and this Darius coming in with no super assist to work with, no health bar. Fury is a fever dream at this point. Let's see how Blook maybe can close this out. The lame game is a great place to start it, but the chip damage is going to be coming in pretty soon. Chases out that retreating guard, a full screen parry. Actually to the grab is so smart to close the distance. Baits out the wake up attack too. Will Blook spend this break? I don't think it's gonna happen. Saving that Fury for Teemo. But despite the little bit of life left, Fearless Zucchini for the duo fighting back. Gonna try to catch out the Teemo dart, but the swing into the darts there is enough to seal it, and a game being answered back by Blook. 1-1 apiece, y'all.
Man, definitely some crazy stuff. Maybe there's a world where Zucchini doesn't have to kill with super there, has level 3, and then when Blook does super, you just respond with level 3. Like, but hey, that's the last game. We're on to the next one. Game 3 out here, evening things up, both of our players. I love scooping your opponent out to then get that roll to steal the corner. Great mix here from Zucchini and Apology Boy. This team, by the way, has been very well established, right? Like, I mean, the mix from Darius, Ekko, despite them already seeing some changes from, the game coming out, this team has been cooking for a while. So it's been well documented how you can mix the hell out of your opponents, and right now this duo is doing that.
Super, super well indeed, but let us see how our duo can survive this Fury Yasuo combo. I think we just finished the route. It should be enough. Oh, they don't get the S1 super after, and the parry on the stance H, but because of the full distance here, wasn't able to actually pick up after it, and a chip kill is enough to answer back. Fury may be gone, but the game feels equalized at this point. And luckily, we were already in the air despite that Teemo Shroom super that is so good at messing up some of your routes. Blook not looking messed up at all, and a level 3 breaking the wind and breaking that first round for Blook here. This duo team, despite looking unstoppable in that first game, it is absolutely being slowed down by this Yasuo Teemo.
Yeah, strong stuff. Very formidable play here. I love using that wind wall to then keep your projectiles safe. That's honestly a very strong part of this team that Darius can have a very hard time of approaching into, but despite that, does so. Blook with no break here is going to be taking some gnarly damage here. Goes and does connect the wake-up attack, but the freestyle got me mixed up too. Zucchini did get tapped, but not full comboed on, and that 2H finishes that Teemo off after all. Great stuff.
Yeah, nothing like hitting your slingshot and thinking that you're getting a little bit of respect from your opponent, but because of the floaty jump, floaty jump from Teemo, a lot of times you can't really do a jump in option to pick up after it, and a simple 2H can respond. Likely not going to see the Fury spent, at least not yet from Blook, but as long as we can at least finish this route here, we're going to put it into a hard knockdown, back off. Likely wasn't our intention, I'm assuming. Great super jump, J2H to get the pickup, level 3 to cash it out. And despite getting the character here, I still feel like it's a scary spot to be in. You have spent all of your meter and you are looking at this Darius, but now will that Fury come out? Your chances are getting closer and closer, but this back off here from Fabulous, so good. You have so much screen space to work with. You do not have to interact with some of these things. You don't have to, but catching out the jump, great answer back by our duo, tying up game 3 here.
Man, that was awesome stuff. I love how calm the footsies were until how violent the air throw ended up being. I don't know, it was just so quick and explosive. Great stuff here from Zucchini to be able to close out that last round, and then keeping that pressure up. I gotta say, the duo has been doing an amazing job of using that assist off cooldown, it feels like, at opportune times, that is. At the right times, it is off cooldown. It is being used so quickly, so erratically in a good way. But right now, Blook is going to be able to get out of this corner. This 2M from Teemo keeps it up. I don't think we fully committed to that break bait, and that means this Apology Boy is going to take out this Teemo.
Yeah, I think they already essentially had gone into another normal, so at that point, you are going to get break no matter what happens here, and no matter what you do, the inevitable chip was coming in. And Apology Boy, Fabulous Zucchini, now up 2-1 in this winners finals here. But it can still be anyone's game. Blook definitely has it in them to answer back and take us to that illustrious game 5. But can the duo send them down to losers, put themselves sitting pretty in that money? We'll have to see as this route here from Blook gonna go ahead into that tag launcher as well. Displaced a little bit of the space with the dash up then, but did not cover the throw. Actually doing nothing, essentially stopped them from getting thrown. Normally looking out for it there, but actually hits the wrong character. Teemo tries to take it out, but the break's been covered out. JM falling down, side switch here, gets the sweet half charge 2H. This damage is not going to stop anytime soon here. Another Shroom Zoom as well. I think if we can just finish this food, should be a dead character. Despite the nerf, still finds a way to tag it in the launcher, and Yasuo taking out the first character with Teemo doing so much work.
Oh man, this Vandal Scout is busy over here. Zucchini taking some damage, the only remaining member alive on this team, but honestly at this point already ahead. Taking out that Yasuo puts you positive in HP here against Blook. Both players getting dangerously close to that defensive mechanic. Could potentially see it twice in this one round.
See here, will this Fury come out from Blook? And honestly, if the Fury ends up being spent, there it is. Great timing on that there. Not to the point where you were essentially on the ground where that fight was there, but not able to either punish this Headless Super 2. The timer is clicking down. Tries to send the Headless again, and I'm sure because of some of the screen there, it able to make it clip the Teemo before the darts came in. And Apology Boy, Fabulous Zucchini, our duo tonight is now on set point with that round win here. full break to work with. Blook is going to have to find a way to answer back, and it comes with a drop here. A great spot to be in if you are cheering on for Blook. Great 2H. Going to go ahead into the tag launcher, get that limit strike, build up that meter again, despite getting pushed out. Already back in there. Empty jump on the low. Tagging out of there, gonna head and bait out the break, but was not able to actually block it. Does not get the extra hit here. There is that Shroom OTG. Get the charge. We special OTGs with that launcher. Level 1. Not gonna quite kill though. Actually, every time I think that Yasuo can't do it, he turns around and shows me why.
Dude, the Yasuo privilege, man. Now, talk about privilege. You got Ekko out here rewinding to beat out the wake-up attack. Blook spending the break here. Does get to keep that Yasuo alive, but for what cost? For how long at what cost? Look how much damage Teemo took in the background, by the way, after that break. Apology Boy with the throw. Closes it out and moves their team on to Grand Finals 3-1.
With that freestyle. But guys, we are moving through right now, getting into our next set. This is losers semis here of the Jeekly 2XKO number 8. We have RomeRulez versus KobyOG.
And I got the prediction up. I know I missed some of them, guys, but I did get this one up at twitch.tv/itsjeek, where you can watch these live if you're watching over at the YouTube right now. And we do predictions for the matches. We talk to the chat and such. So if you only watch the VODs and you want to check them out live, you know, like I said, the brackets are every Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. Would love to have you. Until then, we're watching this one. KobyOG. They've shown us some strong stuff tonight on this team. Probably, I gotta say, our most unique team tonight, this Illaoi, Ahri. We don't really have anything like it. RomeRulez, though, I mean, definitely a close second on this Warwick. Darius doubled down, a very strong team, and cashing out here against Kobe.
And despite they're not really getting to extend it much further, but honestly, getting that bleed on is how Darius starts to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Being able just to send that shoulder assist in, gets the sweet spot on the S1 follow-up. Gonna go ahead and immediately route into that super. Don't even need to do anything fancy, just finish that food, and a first round here going to Rome. But let's see if KobyOG can kind of get a bit of a download, use that round as a learning round then, and a 2H is a great place to start.
Big damage cash out. Got that tentacle to get the meaty after Kobe, keeping that pressure up, and actually catches Rome here. And with that tentacle, is able to actually loop one. Maybe able to build. Oh, no, doesn't even need to. That's right. It's 2XKO. You can tag to your other character and then use their meter. Great stuff right there, Kobe. Taking out Rome's Warwick. Now, Rome is someone we've been giving a lot of compliments to in this bracket. Right now, already getting 1 round advantage. Down here on the Darius, honestly would not count him out, because this Darius, 1, is already an explosive character. 2, piloted by Rome, has been very potent. Despite that, Kobe still taking it down to this corner.
There you go. Good job jumping over the Illaoi Me 2M, but they're going to spend that Fury. Rome feeling like they had it in them for it there, but it might be a bit of a mistake. This looks like it's going to be a likely round for Kobe here. Unfortunately, you don't get to carry any of that remaining Fury into the next one, so that break meter is gone. And despite the first round going Rome's way, going into round 3, Kobe definitely having the lead.
Yeah, definitely has the lead there with that meter, but it gets spent early here. It could be spent early to get that advantage early, though, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like Kobe is able to get this hit. Rome on this Warwick is going to try to get some of that gray health back here on Darius. On the wake up, we're going to have to try to get out here. Kobe, of course, going to go into this tentacle super, though, so the wake ups can be very hard to get through. But that was a great job right there, doing the push block on the first hit and then using that forward S1 to get out. Great stuff here. Despite that, Kobe still getting a pickup on your Ahri or a deception to keep the combo going, and that's going to be a dead Warwick.
Absolutely. KobyOG here. Jeek mentioned it earlier, and Ahri Illaoi, not a team that you get to see fairly often. And we're seeing great pilot with this mobility with one character and great set play and what Illaoi can bring, a ton of damage behind it. But despite punching out, actually it's a weird backwards hit and causing a tumble there. Kind of curious what ends up being that hit to even get us to this point, but a Fury being spent here. Despite that going down in that previous round, Rome finding the ability to get back into it, and there is that overhead as well. This damage is tacking up here. And you know what? This could still absolutely go either way, depending if that right hit gets us started. But sending the overhead with the Illaoi to go ahead and keep that just basic dash block packer going in. And the reversal option from Darius into the headless, sending over double overhead being blocked. But there it is again. Bit of a reset here. Baits out the Fury, but not quite enough. The chip comes in. Hit confirms into headless. And RomeRulez taking the first game of loser semis.
And it was the Darius with that comeback, man. I gotta say, the Darius from Rome is like gotta be one of the stronger parts of his team. I mean, as a compliment, it's so powerful out here. Even though Kobe takes out that Warwick, which is also just as formidable, this Darius is able to 1v2. It's kind of great. It feels like actual league out here. Kobe going to try to fight back here with this waifu team. Has our Illaoi here in the back pocket, but the Ahri is the one getting the happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed. Blow out the candles. What is your wish? I'm going to have to assume it's a dead assist character here. But a great double 2H here. 2H to the Illaoi, tag into the Ahri. Another 2H coming in as well. As long as we finish this, our food, it is a dang near perfect in this round for Kobe. And you know what? Not really feeling too shaken up about that first game going Rome's way. It feels like Kobe can just get their plan started. It never seems to end. But a great 2H to answer out that Ahri overhead.
Oh, wow, and that air special as well for this Illaoi. Whoa! That delay attack there from Kobe actually catching the air tech from RomeRulez. That was a very intentional reset in hindsight from Kobe. Great stuff. Goes for that limit strike, though, and Rome was out of range, was able to actually get a whiff punish with our Warwick super, but couldn't keep the pressure going, and Kobe was ready with the throw.
But this Warwick, despite kind of having a bit of an awkward 2H for a lot of the angles, finding a lot of value here, but we are seeing the power of Double Down coming out right now, guys. The damage just absolutely racking up. The bleed going through too. Chip damage coming in, but able to slide out, catch him with the super. No full pickup then, but gonna spend the break to keep the team together. Rome very much likes what he can do with this team combination as well. This Warwick routing into that 2H is gonna take out that Illaoi. And, you know, I'll have to say before, Illaoi definitely essentially much better as a character left alive. Not one of the strongest super assists in the game here, but the Fury gonna come out again. I think that Fury definitely a little bit too early, likely worth saving for round 3. Hopefully not taking themselves up too much for that then, but a round apiece either way, no break meter to really work with then. If you get hit first, it is gonna feel awful.
I mean, it would feel good for Rome getting his hit here, considering that it is first to 2. So Rome only needs this last round. We're on set point. Kobe down this Ahri here is going to have to climb back with this Illaoi here. Definitely a strong piece of our team, able to tag launch into her to go for that tentacle super, but when she's your only character, it can be a little more rough, especially when Rome has got the whole Darius Warwick double down package coming at you.
A lot of these simple light OTGs just turn off a few of the tech options here. Rome, and I think as long as it's enough to kill, it is not, but we have Double Down to able to seal the deal, and that is gonna be 2-0 for RomeRulez over KobyOG. Guys, losers finals, we have RomeRulez versus Blook. Seeing that Warwick Darius Double Down versus the Teemo Yasuo freestyle. Let's get to it, Jeek.
Here we go, guys, and I'm on top of it this time. Predictions are in between Blook and RomeRulez. Predictions started. Blook, of course, on this Teemo Yasuo team. This freestyle has been potent. Rome is our last remaining double down enjoyer to try to get up through this bracket. And guys, now that we are in losers finals, everyone you see on the stream at this point is getting a slice of that $74 pie. Please keep claiming those Match Arena codes if you haven't. That goes directly to our players. No catch, nothing like that, directly to them. So appreciate you for that. Great stuff right here. Rome is going to be able to go for this tag here. This Warwick is going to try to close out some damage here against Yasuo. Not going to be enough to kill, but this Oki over here puts Blook in a last guess situation. But I keep forgetting the double down, Ganyon. That time I had no excuse, but
all good. As someone who has only essentially been mostly playing double down instead of freestyle in this game, it's like, for me, I'm always used to having access to this DHC, so it warms my heart to see players still bringing out this double down despite this higher level of play. Oh, we are setting absolutely everything, but the patience from Blook here to not overextend into the follow-ups, parrying the super, come in, forward throw off of an easy pickup into that into the knockdown mushroom super. And despite first character going to Rome, Blook is answering back, and a 2M to get us started. This is definitely gonna hurt. Make sure we finish our food, and at the very least build up those badges.
yeah, man, you got to place. If you're not going to be able to kill your opponent, at least you're making some progression on your badges. You know, your number go up, you're winning some way. But no, not today. Rome is going to be able to take out this first round. A lot of fans for Rome in the chat, guys. Going to keep it a million. So Rome, you definitely got a good support group right now. You're going to show off for your friends out here getting this first round. Blook, however, has been a strong opponent all night tonight. Definitely wants to try to get that run back up in grand finals against our duo, who's sitting pretty up there. They get the pick between these two, or at least they're waiting to see. Until then, Blook is going to be tagging back to this Teemo, charging up to take out Rome's Warwick here. At the very least, put him in a bad spot.
They will, but we find our Teemo Yasuo team being able to get a great sequence, doing so much damage to that Warwick in the back, but we did get a tag out here for Rome, so at the cost of Darius' life, we will get some of it back on this Warwick, but a great limit strike route here from Blook. Gonna push them all the way to the corner. A throw into the stomp route. As long as we finish our food, this should be a dead character, and I love this routing choice. We are able to finish our mushroom badge. Not only do we have the slingshot, but mushroom too, so the extra damage and hit stun on your slingshots, and the extra poison damage as well from these mushroom routes definitely are gonna play big numbers if we can just get a combo in. But a block on the overhead. We were so ready by Blook here. Oh, does not finish the route, but the health is absolutely draining. Hot stuff indeed. The campfire is cooking, and Teemo's got a treat for you. Round 2 going to Blook. Could be anyone's game, guys. We are only in our first game of losers finals and already going down to the wire.
Good routing here from Rome. Does also have this Darius here to cash out with this double down. Blook may be out of position here where we're forced to spend break if we want to keep this Yasuo alive, and actually opts to keep it for the Fury, which isn't wrong or anything like that. You know, it is a decision, especially because of how strong Fury is. If you're confident on your single character here, I mean, it can be powerful. You saw Rome do it earlier with the Darius. So Blook popping that Fury, trying to do the same with the Teemo. But it's going to be a break back to keep them there. Oh, but the Pogo into a happy birthday with the Fury damage as well. Blook all of a sudden flipping the entire round around, fully in advantage.
And look at that damage. Rome essentially did 1.5 health bars worth of damage to Rome there. Insane what you can do with Fury in this game. Fury is no joke, and despite the power of freestyle when your team is together, who needs freestyle when you can do ABC 1, 2, 3 into 2 life bars? But Rome here showing us that it's still not quite over with yet. Great block on that command overhead, but we still ended, despite the damage we were able to put out there. Rome is just going to be able to take that first game there. This is going to be a 6 set. I can feel it already.
For sure, dude. Okay, that was so clutch there from Rome to close it out, man. Both players, no one's happy about that game. You know when like a game ends, it doesn't matter who won or lost, both players are pissed. Like, that's how I feel about that last one. We'll have to see. Rome unfortunately doesn't come out on top here as Blook is able to get a happy birthday as Rome tries to go for a tag. Spends that break at it. I love how, dude, our players spend break at such great times, I gotta say. But unfortunately, despite that, Blook still is able to find another happy birthday here. Rome just wants to get one character on the screen, but Blook is not letting you. In fact, is probably going to take out this Warwick here. Darius, excuse me.
And it almost took out Warwick in the process, too. That super animation will not carry both characters, but it will put out a flat bit of damage on the assist. So, you know, any other straight earlier hits would have been enough to get that 2x KO, but a great instant JH into the Teemo assist, giving a pretty easy pickup here. Good chunk of damage, about a quarter of a health bar, and the limit strike option then. Blook routing so well, but once again there is that sending that S1 S2 and then immediately tagging back in again to make that a pickable option as well here. Blook is just piloting this Yasuo so damn well in this freestyle. Oh, but no full pickup here off of that knockdown into the Warwick CP assist. Go ahead and get the OTG routing. Gonna get the hard knockdown then, going likely into the level 3 we are, and this dog is getting put back in the kennel for a bit. It is gonna be up to this Darius to stop this train coming through and stop Blook from taking this second game.
I mean, if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be Rome's Darius. We are getting close to that Fury, man. I keep my eye on it all the time now, you know, especially with the players we've been seeing on the screen recently, man. So we'll see. Blook gonna get some damage here in this Yasuo. Nothing crazy. Is able to zone us out with his Teemo a little bit here. Does bring that Yasuo in to close the distance here. And we don't get the hit, so we take the... we give the distance back. I like that because Blook does have that Teemo to tag back into. So it's like getting the distance on both your characters when the Yasuo does the backdash. But... does find the next hit. Blook doesn't get the kill, however, though, because Rome spends that Fury after all. So Blook does get a throw after. Rome spending that Fury, not in a great spot there. But, I mean, you had to spend it. You had to do something if you were going to stay alive. Blook able to get that game, evening things up here. Rome losing that first round a little quick here. But after getting that first game here, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some strong stuff up their sleeve.
Indeed, but gonna get turned into popcorn here. The 3H into the 2T launcher. Gonna go ahead and put this, but there is that freestyle mix into that instant J2M from Teemo. Look, just so comfortable at routing these sandwich sequences. But there is that send down into the Yasuo. Gets the run through, gonna land on the mushroom, pops again, super again, lands on the mushroom, tag launcher into the dart. Super, is it enough? It is. Blook, you are sick with it. Somebody clip that.
That was a nasty throw. Blook is insane out here with some explosive rounds back to back, including the one you're seeing right here. Does get that 2H. Rome holding on to that Fury this time around. Blook in a great spot here, getting this first round of game 3.
First round indeed going Blook's way. The freestyle showing itself in dividends, but a great parry on the Yasuo cross through. Gonna allow Rome to kind of answer back, slow down this momentum that was going so much in Blook's favor. And despite a bit of a shimmy attempt early on, the Wicked attack still connects. Oh, I think Blook actually thought that mushroom was gonna activate. They're getting a little too antsy at that point. Ends up getting clipped by this Warwick. But once again, great routing choice to keep their opponent in this corner. This Teemo in the back, losing its life bar here, able to finally get out. But the miss Kara is going to cause the combo to not pick up, and this Teemo's going to get hit for their troubles. And despite this parry being a great answer back, the scaling's not going to make it feel too good. I wonder at what point if we'll see this Fury even coming in, but a empty jump going to block out the super attempt here. And I wonder if we'll get the break. There it is. Rome just knowing they need to get this round to be able to keep this game feeling close, but Blook is finding the options, just getting the right swings coming in, has not even had to spend the Fury quite yet, and I don't even know if we're going to need a Fury at this point. We just finished a quote-unquote optimal route for Yasuo, level 1 to level 3, but we drop it here. Oh, such a rough spot to be in. You just had to officially be able to get the damage and a headless to answer back. Great stuff to Rome here, keeping this game 3 close.
Man, that is so unfortunate, bro. Unfortunate stuff, man, but it's going to give you something to work on, huh? I know every time I drop one of those combos, the next time I play, I'm 2 hours in training mode just doing that same one over and over again. Or I'm looking for a new route. I'm doing something. But right now, Blook is going to try to take out Rome's character here. I gotta say that the round starts have been going in Blook's favor, it seems, because it just feels like explosive round start into character death. Rome clawing it back 1v2, right? If only Rome could be 2v2, man, because he's so powerful. Even 1v2, he just keeps nerfing himself.
Yeah, it feels like so many of these sequences are very much Darius driven. And a double headless route here almost kills Teemo from about 85%, and a simple 5M to answer back. Now, despite this, essentially this whole game kind of looking very Blook leaning, this Fury is active. There's no Fury for Blook to be able to answer back. Let the Teemo Shroom tag assist come in, but a great 5M is going to catch this Darius on the jump back. No pickup off of the stance 2H into the cross-end back to that neutral gun, and the Fury is off as well. Very important, but the 2H is going to whiff. This is a 5L starter then, so not going to be as high if it was 5M. Gonna go just end with a simple limit strike again to go either point here. Great throw tech by Rome to stop this pressure, get a little bit of space as well. Tries to call the Warwick super assist, but you see Blook dancing around here, trying to find the right moment, gets the Hasagi into the Fury cancel, and game 3 going Blook's way, guys. But remember, we are in losers finals. One more game would get them back into that grand final side, give him a chance to get that run back, but Rome is here for a reason as well, fighting through from the loser side a little bit earlier. I could definitely see them answering back, but we'll have to see how this shakes up. Can they win the neutral against character strong as Yasuo, and a Darius assist is a great place to start, but we didn't quite get the tag in and the Teemo with it, so now this route is going all Blook.
Oh man, and getting that throw here as well. Rome able to get it. Okay, good stuff. Able to get a straight hit with that down S2 with this Warwick. It's going to get immediate after as well with that stance M. Look, does get a chance to fight back though. Rome healthy on this Warwick, but maybe not for long. Does spend the break to try to keep that HP, but tagging back to your Darius as well can put yourself in a weak spot potentially, but no, I can't count out RomeRulez. Was ready with the parry there on that cross up. Full screen here, tags back to our Warwick to fight back against his Teemo, which can be a very strong counter pick. I think you were mentioning earlier, Daniel.
Yeah, it's like I find myself looking at Blook's badges very often on this Teemo, and it's kind of like twofold thing. One, it's genuinely kind of hard to just willy-nilly throw out your projectiles against both the Darius with access to Headless Super and Warwick with having those anti-projectile properties, a lot of the moves. But at the same time as well, this Yasuo has just done so much work for Blook. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And a great stance hop into that JL again, ending with that simple route into super here. And Blook taking the first round of this game for one more round to do it and get that run back. but Rome still has the opportunity, a little bit of an advantage in the break department, but not how you want to start out that next round. But luckily enough, a drop combo for Blook here gets you started. Great air throw from Rome's Darius. Gonna go ahead and finish this route. Likely gonna route into that there. The simple OTG with the 5L keeps the pressure going. But look at this wall that has been built right now, Jeek. It's on fire over there. Smokey is calling, please save the forest. But this Teemo is not gonna let this Warwick get to play. Just look at this game. How do you get in here? You have to work through all of these shrooms, these projectiles. It never feels like it ends.
Yeah, and even if you do that approaching overhead, the moment you like let it go, you're active. So if Teemo's got the shroom on top of them, it still protects them. So it's not as true of a counter as it may seem. And you said it earlier, man, this Yasuo has been dealing a lot of damage. So even though Rome has got some characters that are decent against Teemo, Blook just says, all right, I just won't swap to them then. But with that being said, with the Yasuo going down here, some great play from Rome, Blook all of a sudden potentially at a disadvantage. We'll have to see maybe even a Fury spend in this round. I do see that we're dangerously close to level 3. We'll have to see what happens here if Blook decides to spend that defensive mechanic at all. The tag launcher comes out from Rome, cashing out some damage here. Won't be close enough for Bloodlust, but we'll have one more meaty here. No, that's right. It's double down, damn it. God. I'll learn one day, Ganyon.
I was laughing to myself, Jeek, 'cause I'm like, I wonder if Jeek's gonna remember the double down on this one this time. But that's all good. Like you said, we are so used to seeing all freestyle all the time at this level of play. So it's so great to see teams still making these essentially slightly less now. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. Like, double down is weaker. It is not a weak fuse. So really happy to see Rome piloting this incredibly well. A great stance cancel into just that simple dash up throw. Another throw to boot here. And despite Rome so far making it look close, it's going to have to be the Darius once again to do it.
I'll say it again. If it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Rome's Darius. We'll have to see, though. It is set point for Blook, but that Yasuo whiffing 2H, bro, I've seen it in my games. And you're seeing it here in stream in losers finals. Blook down to the Teemo. The 2H comes out. I don't think we'll see a Fury anytime soon, but Rome, I don't think kills in this route, but is dangerously close here.
Tried to get a air throw on that reset from the Headless, but a great push block on the 2M is gonna make it whiff, and Rome is saying, just hold the phone, I am not done yet. We are getting a game 5 in losers finals here. Guys, this is the Jeekly 2SKO number 8. We are here every Sunday showing you all of these sick plays, great combos, and combinations of pressure. I love that despite kind of the back and forth nature, if something's not going your way, Rome still doing their best to stick through, but a tale as old as time. The Blook Yasuo has found the hit, and that's going to find the hard knockdown here. We are sending in to our sweet Teemo Shroom tag out combination. Slice through, slice it again with the stance cancel. One more mushroom to do it. It is, and they didn't even need the extra meter. What else say, but that was just sick.
Dude, that is insane. Deja vu to win. I think, wasn't it Blook who hit that same combo earlier today in pools? It wasn't another Yasuo who did the same thing, was it? I just got hit with deja vu out of nowhere. Blook right now couldn't finish off that 2H, that J2H there in the air because it didn't connect, unfortunately. So Rome puts you back here in the corner.
Not where you want to be, and able to get the forward throw, which is going to allow for the bite OTG. And not only that, we were able to do enough special options to finish the Bloodlust. And Warwick is at his absolute scariest when this is going. Curious to see what our route's going to be. Just going to go for the S1 super knockdown here. Have a little bit of meter to work with, but going to go ahead and let our super tag assist take the level 3 reversal for us. And despite Blook being in the lead for a few games here, RomeRulez now finds themselves on set point.
Yeah, and apologies if we had or hadn't said this. I'll just say it again, that this actually is a repeat, or rather a run back of earlier winners round 2, Blook v Rome, where Blook came out 2-1. So already a close set earlier, close set that we're seeing right now. Blook with a well-timed break bait here. Going to be able to tag launch into our Yasuo. Some good damage here against Rome, where that Darius already taking a bit of damage and doesn't have any gray health to get back either, right? So unfortunate stuff here is that you're stuck where you're stuck. And with this Warwick taking some hits too, Blook can be in a great spot here. Rome is on set point, but this round is definitely going to be a clawback if we're going to win it.
Clawback indeed, but those claws unfortunately have been clipped so far, with Warwick falling down already. Darius here gonna try to do their best to climb back, but look at the health bars to work with. But a 2H is a great place to start. Here's how we're gonna route. Oh, unfortunately get the dropped combo then, but keeps to keep the pressure with the super assist in the back. Teemo gonna go ahead and tag out in for the Yasuo, but the Headless able to just catch out immediately overhead, and you have to be careful. But the forward throw in the corner, as long as we finish this route, this is gonna be actually RomeRulez here, taking it 3-2 over Blook.
Man.
All right, y'all. We are here. Jeekly 2SKO number 8 grand finals coming up. We have RomeRulez versus our duo. The duo sitting in winner's side of grands in Apology Boy and Fabulous Zucchini here. Curious to see how we will see any adjustments from any of the previous play of these teams. And a simple send the overhead is a great place to start, but great utilization of the double down aspect. Being able to tag in and out here. Will a break come in to even save it? I don't think so. The OTG, oh, and there it is last second. I love that wait until the final moment. In fairness, Rome would have had to work a little bit harder because they didn't have the meter to be able to finish it. But even though the Ekko got out, you died to the sending the forward S1 in Bloodlust. But a battle of Darius's. Who is the true axe wielder right now? And right now it's coming up Rome.
Started the prediction, guys. Will there be a grand finals reset? Reminder that Rome's coming from the loser side of the bracket. It's going to have to win quite a few matches here if they're going to want to come out on top. This first round is definitely a good way to start. Fabulous Zucchini and Apology Boy earlier in the bracket today, I'm going to keep it a buck. Their first round did not look hot. It looked like they were still plugging in the controllers. And I'm saying that because they're here at grand finals without losing a set. I can say that. So we'll see right now. Rome, of course, getting that first round. But Zucchini and Apology Boy in the long haul can be formidable. We'll have to see.
Indeed, and it does not feel good when you find yourself getting pushed to the corner against a character like Darius. Bleed is on. Definitely don't want to be even blocking or taking a hit at this point against this character. Just kind of keep myself at that full screen neutral, but runs up and gets clipped on it there. Gonna immediately tag in to our own Darius as well. Headless gonna try to clip through, but the time winder gonna go ahead and stop you, slow you down, make you think about your actions there. And Rome, despite getting that first round, loses their first character here in round 2. We have gone pretty deep into the timer so far, but as long as Fab Zucchini can finish this route, this is likely going to be a dead Warwick into that level 3, and there we are, a round apiece here for our two teams.
Apology Boy, gonna keep it a million. Very strong Ekko player from what I've been seeing so far. Zucchini, of course, on that Darius is a awesome compliment to this team. So happy to see, happy to have been seeing them fight it out in this bracket tonight. But Rome, not holding too much of the fake stuff, was ready with the parry and with some with some awesome play with that stance to get out of the corner and then follow up this combo here on Apology Boy. Gonna tag launch into our Warwick to cancel into our level 1 to try to get some good Oki here. Apology Boy could be in a bad spot. Does Zucchini spend the burst? No, we don't. we're going to be coming in with this Fury Darius potentially.
I can't blame you here. So many characters can just pump out the damage once that Fury is active. Gonna use it here as our first break option, but despite spending it, unfortunately, finds himself getting clipped again, and that meter is just going down here. Even if we get a hit, unlikely we're gonna get a lot of access to that Fury. And I love that too. We actually dash canceled off of our hit and was able to block out the break. And despite this looking like it's gonna be a RomeRulez game here, ends up being a great bait, but once again, it isn't over till it's over. A great run-up throw here from Fabulous. Gonna have to put a little bit more damage on this Warwick. Get that bleed going, but sends the blood-lusted forward as one. And just like that, game one is going to RomeRulez.
Strong stuff there. Rome going to be able to take that first one here. Fabulous and Apology Boy. Definitely some strong players. We said it before. They've gotten top 8s on their own before. So we'll have to see if they can get them here as well on their duo. I've seen them fight it out on this duo before in some other brackets. So definitely no strangers to, coming out on the duos as well. But it's Rome here on this Warwick, taking out that assist character, and this Ekko as well, taking some gnarly damage here. And oh my god, fight back, fight back! It's the Wombo combo coming out right now, but despite that, Apology Boy does fight back, get some good damage here.
Just kind of wondering at what point are we gonna see if this Fury was gonna get utilized by Apology Boy and Fabulous Zucchini, but looks like we're likely gonna be saving it for the next round. Finish your food here. Routes into the level 1. And even if we didn't have enough, we had another level 1 in the back from the Darius. And we were saying it earlier, like, Fabulous Zucchini and Apology Boy, like, looking on a tear for most of this bracket. But RomeRulez has just gotten the power up from the loser side. The momentum is going absolutely in their favor here. A great simple OTG off the 5L, keeps them stuck in the corner. The bleed working in their favor. The overhead getting caught and being picked up because the super was still active from the super tag here. I am loving what I'm seeing with this double down combination from Rome. They definitely deserve to be in this grand finals.
Oh, an early parry right there. Unfortunate stuff. Spends that Fury here. Zucchini trying to stay alive here in this Darius. Fury Darius came back from harder matches before, but maybe potentially here Rome has already got you back in the Wombo combo again. And is trying to finish it out with that OTG. Doesn't get it. But the Fury completely cashed out at this point. Zucchini on just a couple bit of HP. Chip could do it. It's about how long until the game is over. I mean, unless we'll have to see.
Absolutely, but oh, a great parry, and that is your only option to live there. You would not have been able to survive that chip damage coming in from this Darius. But the level 3 gonna come in all in. The Noxie and Guillotine coming in, and it's enough to kill as well. And all of that meter being spent. Definitely gonna be a tough uphill battle, but a 2H is a great place to get it started. As long as we can finish this route, likely gonna be into Limit Strike. The extra meter built up too. Put there, gonna have push back to that full screen, but a simple dash 5M is gonna do it. And RomeRulez here already up 2-0 against our winner's side competitors here. Incredible stuff. We might be getting that reset.
Potentially we'll have to see, man. Both of our players, well, I say both, but I should say I have to say all, because there's 3 people that I have to talk about have been playing awesome tonight. But Rome definitely, I mean, has been forced to, by the nature of the bracket, play non-stop from that loser side since their last win. So Rome definitely playing pretty hot right now. Zucchini and Apology Boy was sitting on the winner's side, were able to watch their opponents, which comes with its own advantages, right? But now you just got to execute, and Rome is the one with the advantage so far, at least, tried to catch the roll out of the corner, but the duo comes out on top. Unfortunately, doesn't get the conversion, though.
Yeah, definitely a tough pickup to get that instant break option here, but a great utilization of the super time winder from Ekko. Gonna do a ton of damage to that Darius, and this Warwick also being worked through as well. Limit Strike coming in, not able to quite bait out the wake up attack here from this Warwick. But a simple, oh, and I love that delayed S2 and then ascending the S1 upon recovery, beating out that jump option. Then definitely have to make sure you respect what coming from this Warwick. And there's the command grab, and I love that option. The only thing to pick up off of besides the simple 5L OTG is that super. My God, Rome here absolutely locked in and potentially gonna be on set point for the grand finals reset. Just have to make it through 2 characters, and 2 half life bars being taken already is a great place to start out, G.
Yeah, definitely some strong stuff here from Rome. Zucchini going to be taking a bit of damage here. Apology Boy will be healthy on that Ekko, but that's all you're going to have is that HP. It's going to be a moment until Zucchini can start doing those assists from beyond the grave. There's a little bit of a timer there, you see. But now we can try to pull out maybe a super assist or such. But until then, it's Rome waking up with that get-up attack, but gets caught with the Time Winder. Great stuff. Apology Boy saying, hold on, it's my turn to play on this Ekko. And it's been paying off, man. We got some strong stuff here. That mix, yeah, I mean, unless you just picked Wake Up Jab, ain't nobody blocking that. That's crazy stuff.
But still a full Fury bar to work with for Rome. If they want to, likely won't even need to do it. Just finish your food and you will have the opportunity to get another set with this duo. One more set win for RomeRulez will make you their top, and this would also, I believe be our first winner from loser side, Jeek, in the Jeekly 2x KOs.
Night. Our opponents, our players rather, have been so patient tonight setting up our bracket. We're going into our grand finals with a character swap, Ganyon.
Character swap here. The Illaoi is coming out here, and I think this is actually the team Apology Boy plays normally here, so great to see a bit of a better pairing and functionality. Glad that Zucchini can play as well for it, but despite the new team, it's a tale as old as time. The wombo combo of this Darius Warwick from the double down is paying so many dividends. I love that delayed JS2, or 2S2 I should say, to be able to try to bait out the anti-air attempt, but gonna go ahead and get a push to the corner. No break being spent yet, but a motion to clip the toes. Break immediately being spent by Rome, answering back, and Zucchini now getting sent. But great, listen, I have to say Rome's hit, like hit confirms essentially, and picking up off of these super tags have been so damn good. That Warwick in the back, full bloodless to work with. When that comes back in, this dog is gonna be looking for the bite.
Yeah, well, sometimes those hit confirms could probably be coming from the fact that, like, you're only using your one brain, so you're looking for that hit in the first place. Rome definitely been strong about that one. And nice stuff. We have that Bloodlust already cooking. Zucchini down here on this Illaoi. Gonna try to fight out with that down S2. I like that super assist from the grave. It turns into a pickup here. Zucchini showing us our third character tonight. Let's not gloss over that. Zucchini at the highest level, making it to grand finals today, has played 3 separate characters. I think that's worth pointing out as you know, worth some praise. So strong stuff. Finishing off that Warwick with our level 3 here, but you still gotta finish out Rome's Darius.
Oh my God, and that anti-air bait with the air hook here. Rome getting the first round of our grand finals reset, but I have to say, Apology Boy and Fab Zucchini still definitely in it here. Kind of the added benefit of being on that one side is you are indeed allowed to drop a set. It is not the end of the tournament run for you, and a great utilization of that hard knockdown in the technical super here. The keeps going then. The overhead coming in. The break gonna come out though. Keeps this pressure sequence going. Will we see a break in return? We do as well. This duo not trying to let Rome run away with it. But it definitely have to be careful. A single stray from Darius could be your demise. But this Warwick is tagged in just to lose his life. But getting themselves pushed back to this corner here. And so far, this route from Apology Man, we actually drop it, unfortunately. Couldn't even finish the thought. Definitely not what we want to be in, but no pickup options here because Double Down is the that super tag with no assist. Still alive, but the Ekko actually dies in the back, and this was going the duo's way. But the answer back from Rome was so good, but a simple 5M from this Illaoi here, evening up the round count one apiece.
I mean, is there a tier list for 5Ms in this game yet? Illaoi got to be top 3 easy, or at least it feels that way. I don't know. Good stuff right there to our duo, finishing off that last round, and with a strong start to this one, as Apology Boy puts it here in the corner.
Great bait on that get-up attack. An immediate break coming in after as well. These teams trying to stay together. The power definitely comes in when you take advantage of what these both these unique fuses will bring. And the maximum buffers sending this Ekko back to his timeline here. It's going to have to be up to Kinesis Illaoi, and a great way to get us started here with his match options, but no full pickup then. Kind of playing a little bit of that full screen game. Illaoi very privileged in being able to represent threat essentially from anywhere on the screen. But this Warwick gonna get picked up then. The simple launcher pull you back down. Hard knockdown into that tentacle. Sends the overhead but gets the combo off the pickup. But no full routing here at least. But still gets the character then. Can still go either player's way.
That push block right there from Apology Boy was getting us some distance here away from Rome's Darius. Gives Fabulous Zucchini a chance to fight here in the neutral. With this double down, DHC from the grave could...
I don't know what's going to happen here, folks. I'm going to keep it a million with you. Oh my god, that kills! The DHC from the grave is broken, bro!
Incredible stuff, and that there is not even a double down privilege. That is just taking advantage of your super tag. If you have that extra meter, that's why you see these players routing for limit strikes so often. Even if you lose the character, having that meter in the back can take you so far depending on what your options are. But a great anti-air hook here, or sorry, a hook from the air, I should say, from Rome. Gonna go ahead and get that break out from our duo. But a great route here so far from this Warwick. Send you back to the ground. Send the Rekka slash S2 super. Headless coming in. Oh, but does not finish the pickup as well. Gonna give a chance potentially to come out, but the parry's gonna come in. You dropped it and you pushed it a little bit too far, and now you're paying for it with a great parry answer from our duo.
Yeah, our duo, by the way, they probably got each other, you know, motivated in the background, talking in comms right now. But something that I got to point out about Rome got like 5-6 fans, something like that, in the Twitch chat alone, typing, not including lurkers. So Rome definitely got the you know, the bandwagon behind them as well, rooting them on. So definitely a lot of energy going both our players' ways here right now. Apology Boy and Zucchini look like they are on top in terms of the HP advantage in this round.
Ooh, and tried to find a chip out sequence with that Illaoi forward as two of their believe, but does not quite get it. Tries to beat out the anti-air 2H with another air hook, but gets clipped again for their attempt. And while so many of these previous games were very much going in the favor of Rome here, the duo is finally starting to wake up, it feels like, in the set. As I'd say, it hasn't been close, of course, but it definitely is surprising to see just how much momentum can shift so quickly in this game. Oh, and what a wild sequence here, thinking we have the hit, but when Warwick goes from the Howl, he is 0 coming out of it. So great answer with that 5L jab. They're sent to level 3. Now, the one thing about if you are already in Bloodlust, this does not refill your meter. So you're still going to have about 1/3 bar to work with then from the original install. Setting this route as well again. Basic knockdown. No, setting into super. Try to keep that meter healthy.
Ooh, and that 2H right there from Apology Boy, rather from Zucchini, was heads up. Talk about Apology Boy. It's going to be this Ekko that we're tagging into right here. We got that level 3 as well. That 3 bars of meter. We're going to spend one of it to go into this install, and it's going to be enough to take out this Darius here. So Rome will be on the back foot on this Warwick, unfortunately, but you do have that super meter to back you up in the background. Could potentially see another combo like we saw earlier, and at this point, it's either player's game. The HP is close enough, in my opinion. It's Rome getting the first hit.
Oh my gosh, but this Warwick is so fast when they are in the Bloodlust here. I love this routing choice. Get a little bit of better Oki. What are we going to try to bait out? And this time we get the proper timing to bait out the wake up attack with that flip here. But I have to say, these players, all 3 of them tonight, have been absolutely showing masterclasses on their characters, on their teams. We love to see this level of play in our online brackets. So not only shout out to them, but shout out to everybody in the Twitch chat, in the YouTube comments. Let us know how you are loving these Jeekly 2 SKOs. I know I'm having a good time. It's like Rome's having a good time with this double down combo. They're going to find themselves get out of the corner. No punish on that recovery from Apology Boy's Ekko. We're going to push the Warwick back in the corner, but the tag out comes in before the button clips. This is going to be a dead boy from time. And you hate to see it if you are a fan of this duo. Look at those full health bars on the side of Rome.
Oh, Rome is keeping that pressure up here as well. This Illaoi with that bleed is going to be taking some chip, if not just getting hit here. It's going to be RomeRulez finishing off this game here. We are up 2-0. Now, at this point, Zucchini, Apology Boy, yeah, I was just about to say it. We got to think about what we're doing with the team. There we go. It's going to be a swap back to the Darius here. And to be clear, I don't know what I'm not going to give you my opinion on what I think is right or wrong, because I actually do not know. But I was curious to see what they were thinking, and it looks like they're going to go back to this Darius. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck. This Darius was so strong from Zucchini in some of these previous sets. It's just that Rome has just been playing on top of it. You haven't seen Zucchini cook as much on that Darius, but it could be it could have been warming up in that background. We'll have to see. Of course, Apology Boy and the Ekko has been playing so hot tonight. This duo has been on top of things. We'll have to see if just this reset is all they need.
Yeah, and a great parry to answer out the initial sequence here coming in from our duo. But that great shoulder assist call timing gonna get us started here. Close to getting them, and we get the break with the pick up then too. But we were able to react to the forward row because of that OS. Go ahead and keep the pressure coming in. Bend or break. When does it end here for this Darius? Well, you'll have to wait back at the fountain while he respawns. Watches this Warwick have to do it by himself. Great utilization there of the super tag. You are so plus in that sequence. The damage raking up as well. Not gonna go ahead and break quite yet here. Oh, we bait out the wake up attack, but the last second from the break there gonna go ahead and bust us out. Keep this team composition alive. But this Warwick still very healthy. If Rome can find a way to fight out of here, it could very much be a dead Ekko if he hit the right hit. Not quite with that jump L here. Sending the S2 follow-ups no matter what. I think whether on hit or block, that would have been a dead Ekko here. And Rome has evened it up already.
Yeah, I think I did see Apology Boy try to get like maybe a backdash or treating guard or something to try to get away from it, but was still caught, unfortunately. I do like that heads-up play to try to get away from that chip. But Zucchini said, hey, I don't need you anyways. I'm going to finish out this round, Apology Boy. Don't worry. I'm back on the Darius. And he's clapping right now. But if anyone's clapping, it's actually Apology Boy. I gotta say, that last round, Apology Boy was so explosive against Rome's Darius, was able to get so much mileage, and then in this round has had an explosive start as well. We're gonna tag our duo back in here. Zucchini gonna try to get this neutral started. Tags back into our Ekko. Apology Boy gonna finish off this happy birthday route.
And such an unfortunate situation there from Rome. They tried to parry the Ekko follow-up, but his own Warwick essentially kept Ekko in front of him, so didn't end up being able to actually parry the follow-up strike. But we were able to finish this route here, still take advantage of our double down setup. I think we're going to send the S-Super. We are. Is it going to be enough to kill? It isn't. No Bloodlust to work with as well, but we were still able to catch out this Darius in the recovery. It's going to be the shoulder tackle, but a bait on the Fury actually gets our character killed. When you are behind, it is so scary to go for that. You are essentially giving your opponent an extra break for free, but this Fury not going to get any advantage of getting space. Tries to parry out on the follow-up then, and I don't know if there's a route that should be able to kill from this point. We are going to get the better Oki setup. Bloodlust is coming in. What is going to be the option on Wake Up? Just some simple meaty options again. Empty jump into a trade moment here, and Rome is holding tight and taking themselves to tournament point right now.
Man. Rome coming from the loser side of the bracket. Been playing literally non-stop, match after match after match to get to this point. Definitely probably feeling a little tired, but despite that, still has that stamina, still has that gas to keep on chugging along and put themselves at a almost, well, rather we're at a 5-0 grand finals, threatening the 6-0 here at this tournament reset here. Apology Boy and Zucchini gonna try to fight back here, but Rome on this Warwick is keeping this Darius down. Good armor into super, though. That's gonna get you out of the corner.
Absolutely, but tries to send the bleed follow-up despite Rome showing that they have had that parry timing down pat here, and I'm curious the route options. This is likely gonna be a dead Darius, maybe the last Darius that we get to see from Family Zucchini tonight. It is up to Apology Boy to make this comeback happen. They do have access to the Fury and a great cross through 5M to get us started. Gonna get the Burrito S set up here as well. Able to bait up the wake up attack here from Rome, but does not finish the combo route, but able to still get the Warwick off the screen here. And it's going to be Darius, Darius on the screen here. Warwick versus Ekko remaining a great run of throw to get us started then. No full pickup as well. Chip damage coming in pretty hot right now. About a quarter of a health bar left. The jump flip options there. A block, Fury, and our duo keeping themselves in it. Answering back in this game 3 here of the reset. Says no 6-0 for you tonight here, Rome. Great stuff.
Man. In the words of one of my commentating friends, put the brooms away. Great stuff out here. Apology Boy and Zucchini. Unfortunately, they had lost that last set, but the silver lining is that all that matters is that they need to win this one. Evo Grand Finals were won on Grand Finals resets like this, so Apology Boy and Zucchini maybe feeling some pressure, rightfully so. Rome is a strong threat, but they have since swapped back to that Darius, have slowed things down a bit, and have been looking strong as they take out this Warwick. Rome is powerful in this Darius, but is down to that last character.
How powerful you are when the behemoth that is Darius coming through. A 5M to get it started. Great routing into this Ekko here. I think we have an option to go into our tag launcher. We do. And it feels a little bit concerning, the shift of momentum right now from Rome. It just feels like whatever kind of lead that we have found from this duo, this switch seems to have been the right choice. But they will have to win every game on this duo. They cannot drop another game to up again. but great super combination, putting so much damage out. Little OTG to keep the pressure going from Rome. No pickup on the anti-air apprehend, but the armor answering into the headless, putting that bleed on the Ekko here. Go ahead and get that jump over then. Chases Darius down. Comes back into that corner, but a great rewind into that super to keep ourselves safe.
I'm trying to play some footsies out here. Rome, of course, on that blue Darius. Y'all are keeping up, right? I don't need to update the names. Y'all are keeping up. Rome, of course, on that blue side. Trying to go for this pressure here. Catches Zucchini, but Apology Boy spends the break and then tags themselves in. Going to try to keep that pressure up, but the break comes out from Rome here.
Absolutely. We find our players trying to find the right moment, tries to backdash away from their problems and gets clipped by the super time winder. It feels like while Rome definitely had a big read on so many of these options and able to optimize with the damage, the duo has just found a second wind when they just needed it at this point. And this Warwick here, despite already being in the grave, is still getting its corpse stomped on at this point. But a great throw on the cross through OTG Fireball. Headless gonna take out this Darius. But this is Apology Boy's Ekko. Definitely one of his strongest characters. And the super assist gonna snipe that Darius out of the sky. And despite it being 5 games in a row for Rome to be at this point, our duo has tied up our reset, and we are getting a game 5, y'all.
Okay, Rome taking a second to think about that rematch. Didn't jump right into it. Just thought about, thought about possibly how things have been going and what we need to do different or what we're going to try out here. Apology Boy with this strong round start, gotta say. Apology Boy, as of late, even before we swapped to the Darius, has been doing strong stuff on these Ekko round starts. Tags ourselves in with that freestyle to bait out that break, and Rome is here in this corner, trying to keep ourselves with the parry on the overhead, but I think it didn't wind back our hurt box, so the Ekko whiffed. I'm not even certain, but Rome trying to wake up out of this corner. Apology Boy keeping that pressure up and has been so strong in this Ekko. It's been really showing.
Crazy to have gone from 5 games essentially in a row to now a potential reverse sweep here. Definitely not what you want to experience, but like we said before, Rome's Darius is an absolute machine. If we can just find the right sequence, there could be a dead character on the side of this duo. But despite that pushback, we find our way back in. Go ahead and send the Darius, tag it out as well. Super time winder getting launched by the 2H. Gonna go ahead and roll out of this corner. Kind of back to neutral, sending that Warwick headbutt assist, but no pickup after. This Ekko so low here. It's not even gonna matter. And we said at one point it was tournament point for Rome, but now tournament point for the duo. But Rome just has to find that right moment, just kind of slow it down a little bit more, get the appropriate pickups. This is a great start, Jeek.
Oh my gosh. This has been an awesome bracket so far. Hopefully everybody's been having fun, no matter who you're rooting for. This has been a fun one so far, and it's not over yet. As Rome is slow, both players, I gotta say, all players have been slowing things down tremendously. Because no one wants to, the duo doesn't want to throw their lead, and Rome wants to make sure that we're able to capitalize on something like such as air throw. Rome going to tag back into our Warwick, trying to get out as much damage as we can. This Warwick has been really good at getting the Oki after, I got to say. Without that break being spent, this is going to be a dead Darius. And almost was able to take out that Ekko. Apology Boy on one last foot here in this round.
Great stuff here. Rome saying, hey, it might have been a couple games in your favor, but I am not out of this yet, guys. We are in our last round of game 5 here. It can go absolutely either way. Please sound out who you think is gonna take it in chat. If you believe, is it gonna be RomeRulez, the double down king of tonight, or the duo bringing out their best to show you what is possible in 2x KO? But a great low clipping out that retreating guard as well, answering back with a headless, but we were ready with that parry. Did get the tag out onto the Warwick, so not able to quite punish it after. Since of the overhead, we weren't quite ready that time. No full pickup here, but a back throw. Not gonna be able to pick a combo after as well, but a 2H is gonna catch out the Ekko. There is no more Ekko on the screen for this tournament. It will have to be Zucchini on this Darius to take out RomeRulez. It feels like a true 1v1 again.
Well, the break was spent here, and Rome does have that advantage. It is 1v1 in terms of like human beings playing the game, but with those two characters, Rome could potentially push that advantage, but a lot of damage here onto this Darius. Despite that, Rome fights back now. There may be a Fury spend unless, of course, Rome can keep this pressure up. Needs one more combo or throw to close it out, and despite that, Zucchini fights back.
In that round here, Av access to Fury, not even gonna need to spend it yet. This is so close here, but no Fury. A battle of axe warriors at this point, and it's with the armor rake up here. RomeRulez takes it from loser size, resets it from grands, and then wins it in game 5. Final round, last hit here, 3-2.
Check out 2XKO every Sunday at 8 p.m. EST with a minimum $50 prize pool. You can check out our previous VODs on the YouTube. We host other fighting games. You can find those in the Discord. Outside of that, see you guys next week. Peace out.